here on the live. How it
Alright.
do?
Stream has started on my end.
All right. Stand by, stand by. Said 1, 2, 3, go ahead, call
What, dude?
me. Said you look so fine that I really want to make you mine.
Bam, 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 ba-da-da-da-da-da.
Big black boots, long,
Long
brown
brown hair.
hair.
She's so sweet. With her
With it.
get back
Step back
step.
there. We're gonna get demonetized.
Nah.
Copyrighted.
Copywritten. All right.
We're
So
live.
we're live. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Briefing Room 13th MU podcast, hosted by your lovely command staff. I am Captain Takeda Hideyoshi, company commander and a platoon leader.
I am Captain Dubs, the commanding officer of Tuma.
I'm Second Lieutenant Soccer, XO of Tumal.
I'm Master Sergeant Ace, Admin Enlisted Advisor.
And that is currently the whole roster of command right now. You got the first sergeant who's still away doing real Navy boy stuff. You got senior chief who's away. He's doing WoW things. He's got twitching and streaming and shit to do.
He's gotta make his money.
He's got to make his money, exactly. And guest tonight is Lance Corporal Anderson. He's a little bit late, so that'll be a-okay, but here we are. I know we missed out last week. Had some shenanigans to take care of Milsim's side, but I think that's all kind of been correctadoed. So now we're catching up with the community, but holy shit, dude. 91 subscribers. That's kind of wild. Didn't think we'd be so close to the first 100. We're only 9 away. That's honestly crazy because I think the channel, well, we really started pumping videos and stuff out was what was it, like 40 something subscribers? I don't remember.
Oh, something like that, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, since Shadow's been working on his videos and posting the stuff out for the unit, whew, man, that has skyrocketed the YouTube a bit. And of course, it's only 100 people, but
Hey,
that's a lot.
That's
us,
the first milestone, man.
It's the first milestone for anybody, right? So, who knows? Maybe we'll be like the 75th Ranger guys on oh my goodness, what is it called? Reforger. I mean, they've got like 3,000 or 4,000 people subscribed. Like, they've got
Something
quite
like that.
yeah.
I mean, yeah, 75th Rangers, they're in the thousands. I'm pretty sure 1ID, they've got quite a bit. First, what was it, 1ID? First Infantry Division.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure there's quite a few other out there. I'm not too familiar with the Army community and all the groups and whatnot.
Yeah, just not too privy about all of it, yeah. With that being said, on the open side of it all, it has been a pain in the ass to find a unit to get a joint op with. They're either so different that there's just no way of ever working with them, or they're too small to work with, or there's just too much drama that is like they fall apart.
Yeah.
Yeah, you sit here and we're just like, man, we're just trying to have fun.
We're just sitting here vibing, doing our own thing, and other units are imploding.
It ain't nothing new. We're just be existing.
Or the values and mission sets or whatever don't line up, or we've had some instances out there where a unit either approaches us or we approach a unit and they're like, okay, cool, yeah, we'll do this. You're going to be under our command for the whole thing, and no.
Mm-hmm.
We will operate autonomously or we won't operate with you.
Oh my goodness.
That's how it goes.
Speaking of pings, in Milsim, how goes the marksman weapon training update SOP stuff, Ace?
So currently, the framework has been set out. The idea behind it is going. Tasty and Tyler have been working on it, and Tasty is in the midst of working on the training itself and doing the actual physical course. The idea has been made up and approved, but now the whole realistic, the timing, how long it should actually take is being tested out.
Okay. Yeah, we'll have to revisit that one a little bit later. Man, really thinking about it all. I mean, I guess things aren't too bad, right? We just got some gaps in leadership going on a little bit, but you know, she is a going in the 13th. Still got trainings pumping out. Still got stuff being corrected and whatnot. But you know,
It's the nature of the beast.
it is the nature of the beast, Bubba. A firm. With that being said, Dubs, what possible questions do you have for us tonight?
Oh man, I got a few. Let's see here. How do you create dynamic scenarios that keep missions unpredictable and engaging?
I think when it comes down to trying to make things very dynamic, it kind of comes to the effect of, does it still stay coherent to the story, and is it the same exact op as it was last weekend? Which it's pretty easy to stay out of that tempo when your unit isn't, I'd say, beyond like 20 people. We're kind of at that awkward stage where we're getting big, but we're not big. We get 35 to 45 averaged out every weekend, and it sucks because there could be guys in one squad who have a completely different wild experience each and every op, or varying, and then you can have another squad who it felt like the same exact op as last time, just due to the nature of the operation and tactics that were put into place, the enemy type. Maybe Tuma intercepted a whole platoon of enemies before the infantry could fight it, or the corpsmen were just so on their game that people weren't dying, and there wasn't like a need to pull people out or back towards the main corpsman line for CCPs. Like, there's a lot of different variables as a Zeus that we have to kind of take into account, and the overall goal is to create a fun, cohesive environment in which Milsim and its roleplay can thrive in. And it sometimes, as we grow, it just won't be kind of like feasible. Perfect example being is like there's an op where we have to like load up our gear and equipment and stuff, and like we haven't done an op like that probably in 9-10 months, and there was one or two members of the unit who were very vocal about how like they made it seem like we did this every op, and we had never done it like that before. But as any other organization, you're just gonna have whiners who bitch about literally anything, no matter what occurs. So I mean, that's just an inherent issue of any growth. So I guess really with that, it's about ensuring the balance, that there's fun, and that you maintain the immersion of roleplay as a Milsim unit. Because at the end of the day, we're just we're role playing everything out between rank structure, combat, punishment, like all of it's role play at the end of the day. If you let that stuff come in and affect your outcome of your fun and immersion for other people, then probably shouldn't be there. But that's how I would kind of define it on my own. Cyber might have a different way, who's currently heading the story for book 2 right now, but that's how I would really envision and talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, especially like going back to what was it? The end of let's see. I just lost my train of thought. At the end of Takistan, when we went to the top of the hill to catch that spire or capture that spire, when the errant round went off and killed that Chinese guy, and we were like, well, that wasn't supposed to happen yet, but now we've kind of forced the hand, you know what I mean, to get the PLA involved, like just stuff like that.
There's like dynamic scenarios. I guess for those who have ever played like a Telltale game where like your decisions have consequences. There is just moments in the unit's roleplay where a singular individual or a entire group of members of the unit, they make a decision that drastically affects the outcome of the op or story, to the point where it's like, Zeus's will remember that, or the Chinese will remember that, or like, oh, you blew off a special forces dude's head. The Chinese are now very hostile to us.
Well,
so yeah, you gotta kind of. It is a very meticulous balance between Milsim, roleplay, fun, and story. Because there is a general like story driven and guided by the Zeuses, but players' outcomes and mission effects and orders can just completely change the game. And as Zeuses, we got to be quick on our feet with like, oh, well, that destroys the entire plot to this.
Well, campaign over. On to the next one.
I will say the Zeus and S5 team does a really good job of actions have consequences, both positive and negative. So that plays a role in the ops. Like, oh, you found this intel. Wow. Intel. You get some like a news report or something like that in the following days that just adds more flavor.
Anderson's here, boys.
Hey, welcome, Lance Corporal Anderson. You want to give your little intro to the podcast, brother?
Oh boy. Sure. Yeah. So, Lance Corporal Anderson. I've been living with you since January 23rd of this year. Just looked it up today, thank goodness. Prior service, Marine Corps. Now I get paid to sleep
Hell
during the day. Yeah, as a firefighter. So.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Good times. Good times. Not a bad life.
We've had a few firefighters come through here through the unit.
That one retired because of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, we got a couple. I think Copenhagen was, or still is, Eternal. Yeah.
That's how it rolls, man.
Yeah. Oh, I will say, I believe was it the first or the second podcast that we had Eternal on? I think it was the second one, wasn't it?
It was the first
one.
Oh yeah, it might have been. To those out there, sadly, due to work, family, and his IRL commitments with the fire department, he had to step away from Sim, so he is retired out of the unit. But
for now,
he will be back, as they all are, because I would say that we create a pretty great environment for a lot of us in our Marines. So, his operating procedures for now are at an end. But the unit ever moves on, moves forward, grows. So hopefully what he has fostered will continue to foster throughout the unit's time.
I'm sure it will.
Yeah, and huge respect to him, because I think he was kind of the one that kind of, held my hand a little bit and led me through some of the beginning stages of the unit. So props to you, Eternal Man. Appreciate you, brother.
Hell yeah.
Looking forward to seeing him when he gets back.
Good old Eternal Man. Who else was a firefighter again? Anderson, Eternal.
Copenhagen.
Copenhagen was a firefighter too.
Yeah. A couple of the guys had dibbled and dabbled.
Phone call.
Firefighter was my second job choice when I was joining the Air Force.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of guys asked me, they were like, hey, why don't you want to do like crash fire rescue? Well, I knew at the time because I started in the air wing before I moved to infantry, but I was like, those guys do absolutely nothing.
They do
All
fuck
day,
all.
every day. Up until when it's really fucking bad.
Up until there's an IFE.
Yeah. Up until a Osprey crashes into the ground and blows up.
Oh, which can be at any given time with those things.
Anytime. Yeah. Absolutely anytime. See, I was there for one. A real bad day. Yeah. So, they do it all the time.
It was always funny, like, when I was in the Air Force, we would, because I worked on fighters, so we would have to go, IFE, jets would come back IFE for non-aviation folks in flight emergency. They come back IFE for, like, a hung gun or a jammed gun, right? So, fire, crash recovery, fire, they're always the first one out because they, chalk in the aircraft, so, whatever. And they're the ones, so crash recovery, they're the ones that, like, pin everything up and make it safe to work on.
Yeah.
And, like, so, and anytime there's an IFE for anything weapons related, weapons, obviously they would go out because they're the subject matter experts. But it's always funny. It was always funny when they would come back IFE for a hung gun or a jam gun or like a no fire or something along those lines. And you just see them. You see the jet chalked in, and that's it. And you could always tell when the firefighters are standing like 40, 50 feet away, like, oh, jam gun, which means there's probably, if they're standing far away, it's like, yep, there's probably powder present. This will be a fun one.
And that shit, the halon shit gets everywhere.
Oh, dude, good old halon and AFFF, man.
Yeah,
it's good for the soul.
It's funny. So I was I did 9 years in the Marine Corps, and I started out in the air wing as a mechanic for the CH-53s. And it's funny, when I was on the airfield, I'd see a couple things, like I think I saw burned up brakes on an Osprey one time, lit the wheels off a little bit. But it wasn't until I joined the infantry
good old hot
I saw a true aircraft crash with a fatality. Like we were ground CASEVAC for the Osprey that crashed in Morocco in 2012, and but it was a weird thing just to be like, I spent almost 3 years, 2.5 years in the air wing, on the airfield, constantly, aircraft in, aircraft out, helicopters, just nothing but helicopters. But it's not until I joined the infantry, and now I have to be part of this downcraft with the fatality. It's like, what a weird world I live in.
Dude, and it's so, like, I was like in your boat, somewhat. So like, when I was stationed in Arizona, I worked on F-16s, and they don't call F-16s lawn darts for nothing, man.
Oh yeah, that's funny. Yeah, because we had the Harriers, we call those lawn darts.
But like, when I was stationed in Arizona, the 4 years that I was there, like not my unit specifically, because there was like 4 F-16 units on the base. The 4 years that I was there, we had 5 5 crashes while I was there.
I was not aware. I thought the F-16s were a pretty reliable platform. I guess age.
So my unit specifically, we had the F-16Cs. We had Cs and Ds, so single seat and 2 seat. But we had the oldest active F-16s in the Air Force's fleet. We had Block 25s and Block 30s. So like production year production year like early 70s. I'm pretty sure that our oldest F-16 that was in my unit was produced, I think it had a 71 tail number.
God damn.
So it got some miles and hours on them. Yeah, Keeper. That is a lot of crashes. Unfortunate too. I think out of those 5, 2 pilots died. And then we had we also had an auxiliary unit there. So something, I think it was like a partner nation agreement or some whatever they're called. But we had a Singaporean F-16 unit there. You know, they did their training there for F-16 stuff. And then same thing when I was in Mountain Home. When I was up in Idaho, there was a Singaporean F-15 unit there with their F-15s. But it was wild because like you can hear the radios for all of the units. And we had an IFE come in for the Singaporean unit, and they read off 2 tail numbers, and or no, not tail numbers. It was call signs, 2 call signs, and they said they were code. It was like IFE code 5, which in the Air Force code 5 is battle damage. So they said, this call sign and this call sign were code 5. And then there was a slight pause, and it said code 5 mid-air collision, and everyone stopped like, huh? What do you mean a fucking mid-air collision? So come to find out, after they brought the aircraft back. They didn't crash. So they brought the aircraft back. And we got to see the pictures of what happened. So these 2 jets were flying, or they were flying in formation next to each other. And what they were supposed to do, they were supposed to break away from each other, like away from each other. But when they broke, they both broke off in the same direction. And when they tried to correct, and they overcorrected, and they clipped wingtips.
Yeah, that'll do it.
So they fucked up the missile launchers on their wingtips. That was something.
Yeah. They're demoted, man. I don't know.
Straight up. Give me your wings, bro. See you later.
Welcome to everybody in chat. You're all demoted.
Yeah.
Demoted.
Especially you, Lemon. You're demoted.
Yep, Lemon, demoted.
And then when I left Arizona, right, like I think it was the same day that I outprocessed Luke and was actively starting to drive home, there was a crash. It's like, fuck, man. Well, yeah, so it was that one, it was a total hydraulic system failure. So not like Hydro A, Hydro B. Lemon probably knows what I'm talking about. The different hydraulic systems control different things in the jet. So like on 16s, there's like Hydro A, Hydro B, or Bank A, Bank B, Bank C. This was a total hydraulic system failure. So no hydraulics whatsoever.
Did they die?
No. So they landed, and they called the hydraulic system failure while they were on their rollout. So they had no flight controls. They had to blow the landing gear. So like if there's not enough hydraulic power for the landing gear to extend or extend under its own power, you can blow the landing gear, which forcefully extends the landing gear. So they landed, but they had no flight controls, so like no rudder, elevator.
they were still able to land the bird. It just had a hydraulic failure.
Yeah, so they landed it. No brakes, no nose wheel steering, nothing. So they had to. They were
doing
at
that bitch raw.
They were at the
Big deal
mercy.
when you lose hydraulics.
They were at the mercy of the length of the runway, and the pilot had to punch out on the ground because he was gonna he ran out of runway.
Yeah.
He was gonna die.
So, I think it was a pump. I think it was a pump shear lemon, if I remember correctly. This was also 6 years ago.
If he would have died, does that count as a KIA? How does the military count that?
No.
It's a training incident.
Yeah, because it's a training incident stateside.
Chalked under that.
They document it that way.
Yeah, training accident.
You still get the insurance and all that stuff. And contrary to popular belief, like the big thing they told us, like, is if you're not wearing issued gear and you get fucking killed, your people ain't getting your insurance. That's completely false.
That's completely false.
Just an FYI, a little tidbit over there, but yeah, no, it's a stateside training incident. We had 29 Palms is like the largest landmass base in the U.S. and we would have guys, God, every couple months get killed. Whether it was when I was there, we had a Cobra crash, killed both pilots. When an F-18 go nose into a mountainside one night. We get an AAV that went to launch an APOD or APOD. No, which one's the bigger one? Miklik or APOD? Miklik. Burn up guys in the back. Like, I mean, it was constant, man. It's constant. There's training
so
assets to kill guys.
crazy.
Yeah, dude. I mean, you got these 18, 19-year-old kids that are trained up to be, the world's best fighters.
Operational, yeah.
Yeah, and they get killed in a fucking training accident. Guys shooting each other in the back on accident. Short rounds. Shit, Nevada, 2013. 81 millimeter crew set up their tube, and for some odd reason they had a round pre-stacked in it, HE I think it was, and they went to drop a flare round and it put both rounds off and killed like 7 guys, like instantaneous right there.
There was a round already pre-prepped in the tube?
I don't
How
know
the
whether
fuck
it was
does
a
that
60
happen? What?
So you can like a 60. It might have been. I think it was a 60, honestly. So like they run 60s pre-stacked. A 60 millimeter is a platoon level system. I don't think they do anymore. I think because of that. But it's set off by a trigger. So it's not set off by dropping the round. The round hits the firing pin and goes off.
So it has an
It's
actual firing mechanism.
Yeah, it's actually got a firing mechanism in it. So I'm guessing. I think I read the report a couple years ago, but I can't remember the details. But basically, like these guys set their position up in support of their platoon, and went to drop a flare, hit it off, and the HE hit the flare, and everything just burst.
Yeah, and I mean whatever was, it just does a double fucking.
Yeah, it just doesn't know. It just fucking
yeah.
goes off. Yeah, man. So I killed 7 dudes.
That honestly reminds me of a story my pops told me when he was in the Corps. I think he was a PSG at the time, and he was in Japan. Like they were doing like training drills at the JDF and stuff.
Yeah.
And he says that it was a double. It was like in the 90s, right? So like they were prepping for. It might have been before Berlin, like with the wall collapse. So like the Soviets were still a thing, right? Yeah. Well, they were with the JDF, and apparently one of the training exercises, one of his own guys in his platoon, they were fucking around with the JDF guys, and my dad didn't really know the details of what happened, or at least what he told me in the story, but they were fucking around the AAVs, and the AAV latch came down and crushed a Marine and the JDF guy. Like the back ramp, just crushed him. So like it killed the JDF. So it killed the JDF Marine. It crushed the other one, the Marine's legs. So he lived, but like he doesn't know what they were doing, like, or why they were back there, whether they were fucking around or fucking or
miscommunication, dude.
Yeah, dude. And I never thought about it, but I was like, damn, yeah. I mean, like the ramp would crush you, like
it's hydraulic and there's no stopping it. You're not gonna stop.
You're not stopping that. Not with your fucking
your
meaty
soft and mushy
bones.
body. Yeah, it's not gonna
Yeah.
stop. I
Yeah,
fucking
just-
hydraulically ran.
And it wasn't even like they were like on the like the beaches or anything. They were like in base. It was just like
Yeah.
ramped to concrete. Like so.
Yeah, dude. Jesus. And
Ah,
it's
man.
shit like that, man. Like dudes, you know, dudes die from dumb shit like that all the time. Shit, when I was in my battalion, man, we had a kid that died of an alcohol overdose because he aspirated and he died. He's like fucking 20 years old, died in his barracks room. Like it's dumb shit like that. It's stupid training mishaps. Granted, some things like you do everything right. The thing in the fire service we say, and it goes for the military as well. It's like you can do everything right, but still get yourself killed.
Yeah.
Like there's just things happen. Like some guy, sometime you know you're rocking a 40 mic into a window and it blows up the fucking chamber and kills you. Yeah, it's just weird shit like that. You're never gonna get rid of that very small like portion of like it's gonna happen if it's meant to happen kind of deal.
Holy shit! I just I went to just look it up out of curiosity now. Yeah, anywhere from 300 to 500 non-combat related deaths per year for the U.S. military. That's insane.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
300 to 500. You're looking at 20 to 30 people a month. That
I wonder
just
if that-
die.
Yeah, I wonder if that
Most of
counts
those
for
are
like
probably suicides.
or accidents off base.
Accidents off base. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
accidents
even
off
like
base.
not like accidents not related to work.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says
Yeah.
this includes deaths due to accidents, illnesses, suicides, and other potential
Yeah.
causes, like infantry training. Dividing this figure into 12 months averages potential possibility of anywhere from 20 to 30 non-combat related deaths per month among active duty personnel. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
I seen something like on TikTok or whatever, or YouTube, I don't know. But there's like an actual statistic where you're more likely to kill yourself than actually die in a combat situation in
The
the
podcasts
military.
always get dark.
It just, dude, who knows?
It's just how
Let's get it out early.
yeah.
But yeah, man. I mean, look at this. There's what, 5,000 to 6,000 killed in action over 20 years. My numbers are probably off a little bit, but guys, man, you know, like 22 days, not a joke. It's probably up more nowadays, but you know, and active duty guys, same thing, man.
There was I was actually involved. I was involved in an accident investigation when I was stationed at Mountain Home. So whenever there's a crash or a type or what they consider to be, I think it's like a Class A mishap or whatever it's
I
called.
say, yep.
Anybody who had anything to do with that jet for the day of and 14 days prior gets investigated. So you could like so much if you fucking opened one panel to, you know, do something, you're getting talked to. So back in 2012, I was stationed at Mountain Home. Our sister unit deployed. And when they deployed, I was on the launch team for those jets that were leaving. So I was down at EUR, end of runway, arming the jet, pulling all the pins, you know, the whole 9 yards. And they left. Within, I think it was like day... I think it was day 5? Day 6 of them being over there. There was a mishap that involved a pilot death. So we had the F-15E models. So they had 2 seats. One of the pilots died. And like this even goes to show that, you know, it was still a non-combat death, but it was like, I don't know if you could call it an accidental death. Well, I mean, it was an accidental death, but it was, I think they chalked it up to pilot disorientation, because when you go to a deployment area, the pilots especially, they have to do like familiarization flights. So they go out and fly fly around the country, picking out landmarks, significant areas, stuff like that. So what ended up happening was they were flying at night, and for whatever reason, the pilot wasn't flying with his night vision goggles on, and he had one of his instrument screens was off because it was kind of like dusk, so there was still a little bit of ambient light, but not enough, to fully operate without NVGs. And they were flying off of landmarks until it got dark. And what ended up happening is that the pilot got disoriented, and in the process of trying to fix the issue, he ended up inverted, and the backseat pilot recognized that he was inverted, or that the jet was inverted, because both seats have instruments. And he noticed that the little bubble, the horizon bubble, was upside down, and he's like, that's not right. So he tried to take control of the jet. He took control of the jet, because clearly the pilot up front was disoriented. And they were flying inverted at a downward angle, so they were picking up speed. And they didn't have enough time to level out, go right side up, and pull up. So they made the decision to do essentially a commanded, basically a commanded ejection. So he leveled it out, righted it, and put it at a slight upward angle, so that way the rocket from the rocket didn't blast each other, because in two-seater jets, the back seat always goes first, because if the front seat were to go, the back seater's getting that rocket right in the face. So the back seater commanded ejection. So no matter who pulls, in two-seater jets, no matter who pulls the ejection handle, both seats are gonna go. That's what they mean by commanded ejection. So the canopy blows, the back seater goes, and then the front seater goes. And if you read the report, it says the front seat ejection sequence was interrupted by landmark. And then they have pictures and whatnot, and that explains what they meant. When the backseater commanded ejection, because it was dark, they couldn't see that in the path of the F-15 was one of the big, like, Y power poles, like the big ones that are the big extravagant ones. They're like in a Y. The jet was on course to hit that, and ejection was interrupted by landmark. The pilot ejected into the power pole. Just a freak set of circumstances where the jet was when he ejected. Like, it was flying under the power pole. Just a poor, that poor sequence of events. He ejected into the bottom of the power pole.
Dang. So I'm gonna end this on a good note.
Yeah.
The war stories on a good note. So like Dub was saying, everything's tracked, like aviation wise, like to the minute detail of who plugged in what. It's signed off and everything. So there's a cool story about a CH-53 Echo that was flying Afghanistan, and so the 53s have 3 motors, the Echoes do, and they basically, it was flying high altitude Afghanistan, lost a motor. Okay, no problem. They could run on 2 motors. It's like 15, 20 minutes later, lost a secondary motor. So it's running off of one motor, this big ass fucking helicopter. So it was able to limp back all the way to home. And like Dubs was saying, like it's tracked so well to the person who touches that bolt, that whatever, that they were able to track who built that motor and gave all those dudes awards because that motor ran so much better than a standard motor should run because it was built so tight and so well that it was able to bring that aircraft home. So, like those dudes got I think they got like NAMs or some shit. But yeah, it's wild, man. Like when there's an aircraft mishap, and Dubs knows, like when there's an aircraft mishap, they can easily tell what happened because of who signed off and the calculations and like the clearances and tolerances and all this stuff. It's wild. But yeah. So there. Well, no, good no. Yeah.
Outside all the depressing stuff.
Yeah.
AC
Why every
anything?
time I join here late,
It's Cyber.
that
We got it out
y'all
of the way.
talking about some sad stuff.
Welcome
Yeah,
for
we got it out of
summer.
the way.
Well, just a fun fact, I guess. But since we're on the topic of helicopters and all that, and your crewmen, I'm going to bring in dad lore. So,
Oh yeah.
Dad lore is best.
I've always knew I'm just as the year goes by, I'm learning stuff or whatever, or unveiling things, and I always knew my dad was in the Marine Corps, but I just recently learned that he was actually part of search and rescue on Okinawa.
Oh hell yeah. That's actually like a very specific. Like, was he an air crew?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, you are air crew, and then you get selected for SAR, which is kind of cool. That's like, I think you got to go through like McQuist and all that.
I don't know
Water
if he did
survival.
all that, but I do know he was on Marine 1. So
Oh,
That's pretty sick.
Marine 1, HMX 1, very nice.
during the
The
first
Cadillac of marine helicopters.
Indeed, the Cadillac. Still pieces of shit, but the Cadillac.
Yes, I did say
Cadillac
marine
piece of
helicopters. You know,
It's a piece
Come
of
on.
shit, but it's our piece of shit.
It's a
man.
shiny piece of shit.
I say as I'm shitting.
So, interesting thing about those guys, you get selected for HMX 1, and you have to have a top secret clearance. You have
yes, sir.
And
Yeah,
a top
the
secret
I
clearance
mean,
costs
that
about
makes sense. You're surrounded.
$45,000.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So the
My,
Marine Corps takes a tab on that.
Really?
Oh yeah, you don't pay for it.
Wait,
45
hold on.
G's? What?
yeah, I don't know when you looked into this, but
And it's might
Getting
be
it-
more.
getting a TS SCI when I went through in 2018 to get mine costed the government $223,000
All right, this was back in like 2009.
Oh,
From-
inflation.
for
Inflation.
my adjudication
So,
alone.
Cyber, a question for you: the Yankee White,
Okay.
what is that compared to the TSSCI?
Uh,
If you
I'll
know
be
what that
fair
is,
with you.
because
I don't know what that is. I don't know what a Yankee White is.
so the HMX1 guys were always like, yeah, you gotta get a Yankee White. And I was like, what the fuck, I know what the Yankee White is. Like,
I don't know
I'm
what the fuck
assuming
that
it's the
is.
same thing. Should be, because you're
You're
I don't know.
white.
you're literally building the motors for the fucking president. to
I
fly
don't
in.
know. All I know is that the FBI interviewed my grandma.
Now,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah, for
you know
sure.
what? You know what? It might be a designator for which SCI they're part of.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
So, like, I have-
Lovely secret
so-
guy.
So with a fucking TS SCI, you have to have qualifiers for like, or like
Oh,
what
okay.
projects you're part. Because SCI is sensitive, compartmentalized information. How
Yeah.
that's more TS than TS is because I can have a TS clearance and you can have a TS clearance, but I can't see what shit you're working on. You can't see
Yeah,
what shit I'm working on because it's compartmentalized.
Yeah, the sipper.
So Yankee White might be a designator of what SCI. Like I have 3 that I don't feel comfortable saying, but I have 3 designators on mine. So
Oh, nice. No shit.
Yeah.
So you get the TSSCI, and then you get further
Then you get-
designated off
yeah,
of
so-
that.
yeah, you get adjudicated with like a SF-86 and a fucking FBI investigation and everything
Yeah,
you've done
yeah.
since you've been 18 years old.
Your fucking credit score, your neighbors, old
your
neighbors.
second grade's teacher, like,
Yeah.
bro, everything.
Oh yeah.
And then when you get to your shop that you're going to be doing TS work in, you get what's called a read-in. You read into the project. So this is all the work we've done on it. This is where we're at now. This is the goal of this project. And like that is your classifier. Your fuck, what's it called? Subclass, I don't know.
I believe you.
Identifier, compartmental, you know, what all that shit. Government things and shit, you know.
Government things.
And shit.
Well, shoot, dang.
Huh.
Yeah, sorry we took about
No,
20
that's
minutes in it.
dude. It's like
That's what always
that's
happens.
normal. Happens every fucking podcast.
All right, I'm back.
Oh, welcome back, though.
Me and Dubs
Oh.
pretty much took it over.
Cyber,
Ah,
how do you create dynamic scenarios that keep missions unpredictable and engaging?
Oh.
no
way.
You could do that all kinds of different ways. My favorite way is just miscommunication. I will tell y'all, hey, y'all gonna be, you know, assaulting this area. You should be seeing this stuff. Blah blah blah. And then I make sure 2 miles up, and just a little bit outside the AO, I start taking Scud launchers and start raising missile heads, and they're like, "Oh shit! Oh what is that? What the fuck is that?" And I always think a good way to keep ops interesting and like engaging is like y'all are going out to do one thing, in the middle of y'all doing this thing, y'all doing your shit, you just completed objective. All right, cool, we're standing by. Some shit fucking happens. And they're like, oh shit, we gotta like go now. There's no planning. There's nothing like that. PLs. Now, I know the PLs, PSGs, squad leads fucking hate me for it because they like to make meticulous plans and stuff, but everyone knows no plan survives first contact.
Murphy's
So,
Law.
yep. So, I love doing that. That's my favorite thing. You know, like, on paper this weekend, y'all got one objective,
However, come on.
technically. However,
Fragos, baby.
yeah, you know,
Fragos, man.
good old
However,
frag lords,
comma.
yeah. So we'll just see what happens, you know. So, you know, PLA be crazy.
Real.
Guys gotta have that fluidity.
And it's just like different ideas. Like, it's a little harder to do with our style of unit because our style of unit is MEU, right? The fucking mobile death squads of the Marine Corps, right? Can be anywhere on the planet within a fucking 24-hour period. That's cool and all, but a lot of their shit is blow up the coastline, land on the coastline, blow up other shit, take over other shit, and, you know, wait until President, you know, Daddy Biden or Trump or Obama, whoever it is, calls them back home, right? Or they're relieved by the army because they don't know how to actually start a war. They can only finish them. Anyway.
Barely.
Yeah, they fight until they're tired, and then they go home.
Yeah.
I am sleepy now.
Yeah. So
I'll take a nap right
it's
here.
a little bit challenging. I think that's the one. If I had to pick one envious thing of like spec ops units and stuff in Milsim have, is that they could do whatever. They could write whatever story. No bounds. Spec ops could just fall into an infantry unit and push a line forward and do those ops, or they could do super sneaky, take a oil rig in the middle of the night via submersibles, you know, do whatever. So with the MEU kind of stuff, you do have to like apply different kind of techniques of taking that stuff, or different kind of defenses that makes it interesting and stuff. This last weekend, y'all took a beachhead, everything was going good, and then all of a sudden in one of the craters that we dropped army this big robot arm starts lifting up, and it's got a weapons platform on a UGV. And it just starts laying down 7.62 fire and firing RPG-18s at our VIX. And like I mean, I heard the radio comms from at least like Eternal and some of those squad leaders. They're like, what the fuck is that thing? And they start opening fire. It's not doing shit. They finally get AT on it, and it destroys it. They even went as far. It wasn't even an objective, but Yogi, our comms guy, head of X6, he says, "Hey, get Tuma over here and fly one of these things out of here. I want to know what this thing is." And sure enough, like, they winched a PLA drone out of the area so we could start studying it and stuff like that. Like, I didn't tell them to do that. So sometimes if you have a good enough mission and an interesting enough mission, they'll create their own objectives in the mission. Cyber? Yeah.
I just want to say, like, that's what makes this unit fascinating and awesome is that there's guys that are willing to take the out of lore stuff and make it lore. Like, there's no reason why he took that. But he wanted to say, hey, maybe we can learn from this. It's not even objective. We might not learn anything from it. But fuck it, let's take it and see if we can learn something from it. Like there's guys that are willing to take that extra step.
I like this.
To build that story.
All you need is a $1.10. You make things a lot interesting.
Also, I gotta say, it hurts my soul, but you guys are still gonna do it regardless of what I say. But it's Mew. Nobody ever says MEU. God.
Okay.
Wait
until you say it all the way out and probably mess it up this Friday.
Marine Expeditionary Unit.
Yep. Yes, sir.
Been there. Muse.
13th MEU.
Anderson just had a stroke.
13th Mike Echo uniform. That's what we are. Hell yeah.
Oh, that was gross.
Yeah. My Echo uniform, Bubba.
Cyber lemon in the chat. Quote unquote, unknown if the Navy will show. Me and Dubs. Yeah, bring the anti-ship.
President Daddy.
That's definitely a question that I have for y'all. I don't know if y'all have asked this or whatever. How was hunting the sub? What kind of challenges did you find in that? I know that was a new objective for you, some anti-submarine warfare.
I was not on the spear point of submarine hunt. That was Lemon, because he was designated to anti-ship that night. But from what he relayed to me, basically he was given the search area by Yogi. So he's out flying circles around the search area. He's got Faust in his backseat. They're both looking for it. Big red circle. Yep, big red circle. And they spot the submarine, but it's like surfacing and then going under, surfacing, going under, like just teasing us basically.
Yeah, well, what it was doing is when it came up, it was firing 2 cruise missiles at our launch point at each time it came up. It almost wiped out. It killed all the Japanese artillery. That shit was gone. The M107s over there, gone. Dunzo. And then it started just blowing up the little town that was within the walls. That thing was like 3/4 leveled before y'all finally killed it.
So they spot the sub, and Lemon is trying to lock onto it with the harpoons, but it wouldn't. So the harpoons, they're not like, they have a longer lock-on time than like our 9Xs or 120s do. Oh no, 120s are like nearly instantaneous lock-on, but they have a lock-on time, so it's not instant that they can spot it, put the box on it, and fire. They have to wait for the diamond to close and create 2 boxes. So it wasn't staying surfaced long enough for the harpoon to lock on. So fucking Lemon in his infinite wisdom, he's like, you know what? Fuck it, we're gonna gun run this bitch. And they made, I think, 3 or 4 passes with the gun and destroyed the submarine with the 20 gun on the F-18.
Yeah, I gotta watch that. That was insane. But I think I hope it changed y'all, I hope it provided a little more than I'll just circle the area until we're called in. I hope y'all had like actually some fun. Like, where the fuck is this thing? This a big fucking red circle, you know?
Oh yeah, him and Faust were having a good time looking for it, and then I think Veebs was called in to assist, and I think by the time Veebs got to the circle, probably, I don't know, 30 seconds later, Lemon called on the radio that it was destroyed.
Yeah, very cool. I love seeing like y'all's interactions and stuff because you know y'all see a little piece, Yogi hears a little piece, but like as Zeus, we get to see the full interaction of air and ground, or even like again multiple air systems. It's so cool. I don't know if y'all realize how coordinated y'all are. Y'all are very coordinated, and it's very cool to watch and like unfold. I just wish y'all would let my fucking helicopters get into the AO before you swat them out of the sky. Thanks.
So
yeah, for
we're
real.
We're gonna blame
Those
Yogi.
things don't get a time, dude.
We're gonna blame Yogi on that one because Saturday there were so many airframes. His literal thing on Friday or on Saturday was, in no uncertain terms, he said, "If it is in the air, destroy it." So we just took that as gospel.
I mean, y'all could have just let it at least fly. Like there was one that I watched get hit, and when it got hit, it knocked it backwards a little bit, and it landed where it took off. And I'm like, all right, come on, Jesus,
No chance.
no chance,
No
zero.
chance.
Listen,
dude.
with those J20s, no chance.
There wasn't even a J20. There was no J20s. I was like, I'll give him a break on that.
But yeah,
Didn't matter.
I think halfway through, because Veebs was on Cap. He was on Cap support. So I think halfway through he was like, yeah, you know what? I think he noticed that y'all noticed that if it was in the air, it was getting eliminated. Because he said, oh, they spawn... Because we're at a disadvantage because we can see when y'all spawn stuff in. So he's
Lord,
like...
don't I know it.
He's like, oh, you know what? They spawned this one on the clear opposite end of the island. I'm going to let these ones get closer. I was like, yeah, that's probably a good call. They're probably spawning them on the other side of the island for a reason.
Yeah, my rule of thumb is if y'all let what I have available get to the AO to where, you know, obviously your job is to make sure air doesn't pose a threat to the ground forces. But if you could do that overhead of the ground forces, it looks cool, right?
Yeah.
It looks sick.
Cinematic.
Ground forces
Yeah.
become more appreciative after they get bombarded.
Yeah, after we can see it. Yeah.
Yeah, but if y'all do that too much, I just say, fuck it. A PLA wing just flew in, and now y'all have 3 J20s. And then in the background, I move my helicopters up.
And that's where the ground boys get the stingers rolling.
Yes.
You wish, man.
Hey.
We try to walk that fine line of how close can we let this get without posing a major threat.
The first complaint
With air
gotten,
assets. With air
It's
assets.
too much probably kills everything.
No. The first complaint. So, like, I've heard every complaint from Tuma does too much. They took whole objective from the infantry. The infantry does everything. Tuma just flies around and loiters. They don't get to do anything. You know, Meki, they literally wiped everything out. No one got to do anything. You know, or, you know, vice versa. Meki didn't get to do anything. They just sat back and played Camera Simulator. I've heard it all in between. You know, I'm the CO, so I get to hear all the complaints. It's always fun. I have never in my existence heard the corpsmen did their job so well, and everybody was so coordinated
Where's White?
that the first complaint I've ever heard was, "Yo, can y'all get shot more so I can do my job as a corpsman?" Like,
Oh,
are you
yeah.
fucking serious?
That was funny.
Like, the infantry were working perfectly with mechanized, and the corpsmen were attached to both elements, supporting the fire and supporting medical and bandaging up boo-boos and ouchies. Tuma was knocking out jets in the air and helos. You know, only one death occurred on that beach landing because everybody utilized their training utilized precise communication and combined armed warfare. We did our fucking job.
And because
Nope.
of that, I didn't have
Nope.
fun.
You know, Corman didn't have fun because no one got shot more or died more. It didn't feel like a real battle.
But yeah, I'll put that in for the next one.
Yeah,
I'll,
don't y'all
I'll
worry.
ensure.
Don't
sure
y'all
that
worry.
happens.
Bison
Can't-
has already sealed y'all's fate. Not Bison,
Zeus-
Ranger.
Zeus is such a thankless
Nah,
job. It's
yeah.
such a thankless job. It doesn't matter what we do. It does not matter. No one gives a fuck.
God.
Ah. If it's
man.
too
Behind the
hard,
scenes,
people will
brother.
complain. If it's too easy,
If it's
people
too-
will complain. It's just
If it's
always
just right,
something.
Somebody's gonna complain.
Yep.
That's
Perfect.
it.
Perfect.
I think the
Perfect.
biggest disadvantage that we come to being in the sky, being able to see everything, is when y'all set up convoys. When y'all set up convoys and they are like, we'll say, click 2 clicks away from like the outer border of the AO. We're like, oh, hey guys, check this grid out. There's a convoy there. Yeah, but hey guys, it's out of the AO. You can't touch it. Don't even call it in. Just you don't see it. It's not there. I have to tell people that sometimes.
Yeah.
I have to tell people that sometimes. Like, hey,
only so-
it's not there. Just pretend you didn't see it.
You know, because of y'all, I promise you, I'm gonna start like hiding my tanks in forest lines. So even if you do see it, you can't do shit about it.
Yeah, trees and lasers don't work.
Yeah, no, they do not.
No.
Yeah. Trying to go bunga. But
Almost like you chose jungle maps on purpose.
huh?
Huh?
Yeah, what? No. No. We would never do that.
I'm gonna demote some beans in a second. Here. Let me tell you what, boy.
Oh
Okay.
Lord.
I'm gonna slap your beans.
Listen,
No.
other than these ghost missiles that keep hitting me, this campaign has been fucking enjoyable so far.
It's not ghost missiles. Y'all just don't have the stuff to be able to determine what they are. Y'all can't track them.
Yeah, because
Sometimes
there's no warning.
Yeah,
That's war.
we can't
Yeah,
detect them.
Think the infantryman detects when a small round's about to hit his chin?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I see the rocket coming in my face.
I see it coming
I
to my
promise you, those
face.
things
I ju-
move. Those
I-
things move fast
I-
enough, or you won't see that.
Ace, was that like that mine you saw?
Oh, you mean outside of where we blew up a bunch of mines so we can walk through it, and then you were just like, nah, fuck that.
Follow the corridor kind of mine.
That mine blew up on its own. What do you mean?
No, we
Yeah.
fucking stepped on it.
No.
It was just suddenly. It was just there, bro.
Oh
Man.
man.
Step on it.
It's so
bro.
edgy.
You got within
So edgy, Master.
its hitbox.
Yeah, you're a hitbox.
Shit, sorry.
First time we ever encounter those mines. So
Proximity mess off.
now I know their existence. So now I've sent a
Throws
private
out
into my field.
all
Oh my god.
SCPs revolving mines. First time encountering it, I'm walking across it.
I
Hey,
know there's
private-
mines here.
Whatever,
Private
Master, his
Private
legs
Snuffy,
are
go
gone.
check that. Go clear that minefield. Okay.
Aw, thanks for clearing that minefield. I'm gonna walk through it this way because
Yeah.
you didn't
I'm not gonna
clear
go
it
that
where
way.
I wanted you to.
Oh boy.
We're rounding it down here.
Well, I got some
so
questions.
I was thinking about it.
Anderson's got
Do
questions.
we want to keep the podcast going, right? Because I know I talked about it a little bit in command chat. Do we want to keep it going while we do the training and Dubs and Ace and Anderson, you guys just carry it on while me and Cyber do this?
Dozen dubs.
I said I
And Dubs
mean,
is also in it.
well, no, we did our practice already,
The
but
Tumot did their own flyover, so like he doesn't really have
Oh,
anything to
look
do.
At you.
I mean, I can
He
just
can
be
Overachieving.
I
and
can
shit.
just
He
be
could-
a stand-in.
Yeah,
he could-
I do have a question for the higher command staff here.
What's up?
Oh.
Yeah, what
Big
you got,
boys.
man?
All right, so I thought of some questions, got 3 here, but this one I want to ask before everybody pops smoke. So for you all up top, when do you all, or what do you all do personally when you start to feel that burnout of being in that significant role, right? Because some of you can't not do the role in order for the unit to continue week by week, i.e. like Cyber. I know Cyber's a big story guy. So how do you kind of like just say, fuck, I'm just gonna
This-
do it. Like what's
This is a job.
Bottom
It's
up.
not. This is not fun time.
Let's do
yeah.
bottom
So
up.
okay, so perfect. Like
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
what
yeah.
I was saying. Like that's a good example of
Yeah,
like
we'll
I
do-
didn't know that. Like it's the way that you perceive it.
Yeah, we'll do bottom up on it. But yeah, I like this question though. This is good.
Yeah. Well, can't really say I've really burned out of my position, but I have been kind of like, Milsim. So you know what I do? I watch Generation Kill and Band of Brothers.
My man.
Not even joking. That is actually the truth. I'll go watch
Such a
those
real
again.
answer. That's a real
Yeah,
answer.
yeah, perfect,
That's-
dude. That's,
yeah.
that's great.
It started to not be interesting to me, so I watched something to make it more interesting for me.
Well, I mean, those shows are what originally got me into wanting to do military stuff in the first place. Those shows got me into Battlefield 4 Milsim, or just Milsim in
fair.
general.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of
Yeah.
like the original stuff.
It's the stuff you fall back on to give you that little extra boost
Yeah.
because you know it's there and you know how it's gonna make you feel. It's like meth.
What?
Yeah, exactly like that.
All right. Anyway,
agree.
Cyber.
Yeah, I mean, like, so I'm, like we talked about before, I'm actual military, and I realize even in the actual military, sometimes you just gotta, we got a nice little saying that any veteran or active duty will know what I'm talking about. It's called embrace the suck. And sometimes you just gotta suck it the fuck up.
Yeah.
And I think I put myself in burnout because of I want to make sure I always put out the highest quality shit that I can for the unit. So if like any minute thing is wrong, like right now, I cannot figure out the goddamn APS system mod, and it's bugging the hell out of me because I know the Mechie boys want to use it. It's a cool mod. I've seen it work like actual, and it's a cool fucking mod. RPG coming in from the side, like from an alleyway or something, and it goes beep beep, and then it just fucking obliterates the rocket in the air before it even touches the thing. And then it like makes a recharge sound. It's got to sit there on like recharge for a second, so they can't just like blow everything out of the air. And like, I want to use it. I want to be able to like ambush our people, and then it be like, oh, it's actually okay, but there's bad people over there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I can't figure it out. And I get in my own head about it. I don't know. I'm my own worst enemy. So it'll get to the point where like I get pissed off at myself. I don't have a good time and stuff. But I know that the service and stuff that I provide for the unit, especially on the S3, S5 side of house, like I am in charge of making sure that 30 to 45 people enjoy their 2-hour dedication that they give to a group of people, right?
Yeah,
Like
absolutely.
it's my job, it's my Zeus's job, it's Cap's job. Like that's command. Command's job is to make sure everyone has a fun experience doing Milsim on the weekend. And so to do that and to prep for that, we work all through the week as well. You know, starting like we have Sundays. Sunday's our break. Monday announcements have to go out. From me, I have to put out a map of our AO. We got to put out the attendance roster. All that stuff's got to go out. Staff heads have to put in their like update. You know, Tuesday, I guess is kind of I have to usually build the map for that Saturday. That's usually what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Wednesday, SMEAC is due from me. Or if not a SMEAC and we're doing recon, it's due from the staff head that's doing the SMEAC, right? And Thursday, optional day, I got to be there. Hopefully most of the time. My work schedule's kind of kicking me out of that. But, you know, it's always, and then next week you just do it again. And
Yeah.
I guess half of it is you get into a habit and a routine, and it becomes less hard on you. But then the other job, or the other side of it, is just you got to think of it. It's your job. You got to dedicate an hour or two a day to it. It's just what it is. A job you're not getting paid for.
Nice. Heck yeah.
Soccer.
The question was like, how do you combat burnout?
Yeah, especially if you're in that role, that senior role, the command role. But even then, for the guys who've been here for a while, like how do you just combat that?
I mean,
You know.
I took a huge like 2-year armor break before I was in the unit. It's like I haven't really got burned out, but I'll definitely say like the like menial tasks, those will kind of not annoy me, but those will be things that's like, fuck, I don't want to do it, but I gotta do it.
Yeah. And stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it sucks, but if I don't do it, it's gonna create like flow issues within the rest of the unit. So just trying to think like, all right, well, like Trevor was saying, if I don't update the mods or do something like this, then the server's gonna be broken and no op. And it's like, well, fuck, I done ruined somebody else's weekend because I ain't want to give 5-10 minutes of my time to go do something real quick. And then for me, having football, I'm not always able to be at Arma, so that kind of gives me a small break if like the first weekend I know for sure I won't be able to make. We have an 8 p.m. game, so like that's kind of a small break from Arma every week. Be there when I can, but it's like those little breaks definitely help with burnout, and I think that's partially why I haven't got burnout in a long time. And then also I enjoy being here, so that's another thing. I look forward to seeing the unit grow and stuff.
For me, I can't really say if I've felt like, I guess, actual burnout, but more like kind of like what Soccer said, like, oh geez, I gotta go do this fucking thing, like something that, you know, to somebody else might seem minuscule or menial, or but like, and I'm just be like, man, all right, let me go fucking knock this out really quick, or you know, especially like, oh, post op on Saturdays, brother. The op may end at 10:30, 10 or 10:30, but your night ain't over until probably midnight.
Oh yeah, got the meeting.
With
got
all
the meeting
the
after the meeting.
with all
got
the
the
shit
meeting
that
after
goes
the
on
meeting.
I'm not willing
after.
to do that.
But like as far as helping make the unit run, I guess compared to everybody else, just looking at what is asked of me to do, I do a lot less than everybody else. Like I don't touch anything on the server. I have no involvement with the story. I have my own staff shop. I don't have anything to do with the other staff shops. Like on the administrative side of things, my contribution is a lot smaller than everybody else's. So a lot of times I find myself in the position thinking I don't do enough. So like today, like just for instance today, I was going through some stuff because, I had somebody in Tuma get their rotary qual today. And it's like, all right, let me go put their stuff on the qual sheet. Oh shit, the Tuma's qual sheet is like 2 months out of date. Let me go ahead and fix that. Or sometimes even without saying something to Cyber, I'll help him out on his leadership checker. Like, maybe somebody did something and for whatever reason, any multitude of reasons, it didn't get, it was marked down that it was done, but it didn't get pushed over to the tracker. It's been a few days. I'll help them out and just, move it over, put it in. More often than not, I find myself doing things for the unit that aren't necessarily asked of me to do, more so than dreading having to do something.
Yeah, that's a great sign of a good either a good leader or a good subordinate leader. You know, when you do things that aren't asked of you, or do things prior to being asked to do it. So that's awesome, dude. Yeah, 100%. Because you're helping out Cyber and everybody else.
Is there?
Before Yoshi goes, I gotta head out.
All right, Bubba. Yeah, it's about that time.
Soccer.
Gotta
Yep.
get to bed.
See you, brother.
Have fun. I'll talk to y'all tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
You're
I got two questions after this too. Oh boy.
I think well, we're gonna have to step away here after I answer this, but
Yeah, no worries.
we'll be back though for the ender of it, so you could probably ask it then.
All right.
But
Yeah, I got one for you, especially.
the question was like, how do you avoid burnout?
Yeah, as a senior leader of the command staff of the unit.
Oh man.
Having to do week to week.
So I think I've personally experienced burnout on a pretty annually when it comes to the unit. I personally haven't ever taken an LOA. I've basically been going at it for 2 years and 2 years and a half. Yeah, it's 8/21. Yeah, 2 years, 2.5 years. So, I guess, a main motivator for me, because I talked about this a couple of days ago, because of the up and coming ceremony, is Oddman, and kind of remembering all the effort and time that he put into the unit before he passed away. And it's kind of one of those, you know, why give up now with like so much we have achieved as a group of people, not even just as myself as CO, but like all of these people have come together because they believe in the ideas and concepts that I push out and enforce, and you know, that we stay meticulous and we stay that like defined middle ground between, you know, military and simulation and a role play environment. And there's just days where it's like there is no honest other way saying, but like this is a job as a command staff member. At like a certain point, it is just all of your time is devoted towards checking your phone, checking your computer, getting an update, responding as quickly as you can, and really to avoid all that, for me, it's remembering Oddman, understanding that the community that I've worked on and fostered and helped foster with other people, my personal goal is that in the event that I were to step away, the unit would still continue. Because there's so many times in other Milsims where once the CO's gone, the unit like collapses. Like whether that's from internal strife or discourse or whatever have you. I would love to, you know, once I get into the Marine Corps and I'm an officer and I'm going through my trainings and my schools and I'm gone for 6 months to a year, that I come back and the unit's perfectly fine. It's just, yeah, sure, it's gonna go through some lumps here and there, but like, I feel like I've got a very well-rounded, capable command staff and a dedicated staff section to run all the admin, and effective and responsible and capable leaders, whether they're senior or junior, to just keep that going. So I guess it's just the mission. It's the mission and mindset that I've just kept, along with other little things throughout the way that keep me going and keep me persistent. I've had those moments where I'm just like, dude, this is too much, because like,
Yeah.
running any organization, no matter the circumstance, is a daunting and exhausting task mentally. But like, you just got to be able to like take your lumps. You know, you just got to push through, because there's also, and like I said, it's, for me personally, it's everything, every little bitty part, whether it's remembering Ottoman and pushing forward for him, or the people in the unit, or the time that I've dedicated. I don't want it to feel like it's wasted. It's all these itty bitty things that come together that remind me in different ways, no matter what, to just keep going until it's like just not possible or tangible for my life, right?
Yeah.
And that is what is
the factor for me. Is everything. It's a little bit of it all. Is what keeps me. It's what keeps me out of that gutter.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, it's basically just take those little battles that you win, and just kind of keep going with it. It sounds like, when you feel down and out. And like you guys, man, I don't understand. Again, you guys work Monday through Friday just for the unit, which is amazing. And I've never had any qualms about how the stores ran or the operations ran. I mean, this is probably the first unit in a long while that I've never had a thing where I'm like, maybe we could do this different. So like, awesome. Applaud to you guys, because you guys obviously put a lot towards it and sacrifice a lot of time and hours.
I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, for sure. Man,
yeah.
But without
you guys
sounding
are
like a monkey, I gotta go. I gotta make sure that these guys get their
no worries.
quick training in. So we will be right back.
That's cool. Yeah, because so who's leaving?
I gotta go.
So
I'm
I
in
think,
cyber.
I think what the original plan was is I was gonna move down and pull up the stream on here for it while they were doing it.
We could
Yeah,
be
'cause I
we
got
could
a
be a
question for
background
Dubs.
visual while you guys
Yeah.
keep talking.
Mhm.
Cool. Yeah, I got a question for you, Dubs, as well.
All right,
Yeah.
let's do it.
You and I can bounce back and forth to each other.
For sure.
I'm staying.
Oh hell yeah, he's.
I'm gonna-
So I had two more questions. It's one for the guys in the vets. So essentially, like, what made you interested in this unit, and if it's because of that camaraderie feel, does this unit fill that gap? That's kind of the big one I wanted to ask.
It's gonna sound a little fucked up, but I got what I wanted. Okay, I'm just gonna tell you a story about how I was recruited. So, I did Army Milsim before this unit. I took a little bit of a break because I had football, and I just kind of wasn't interested or whatever because I had a pretty big burnout, I guess, or whatever. And I put out in the Arma Discord, looking for group.
Yeah.
Hey, so and so. You know how the information is: age, time zone, previous experience,
Yeah. Yep. Oh, that
etc.
jazz.
And I put in my post, looking for a leadership position, because I really didn't feel like doing anything leadership-wise or whatever, or just because the last unit I was in, it was like very stagnant. There's just no way to get up or whatever. Like there was like hella people in there. I don't know.
Yep.
So I didn't want to do that because I like leadership. I like doing leadership. Because it was like I was a squad lead in my other unit I was in for like a year, and then I got bored. Or not got bored, but it fell apart, and I was like, you know what? Let's go do Star Sim. And that was the unit that I was stagnant in. Like no one was moving the ranks or anything, which kind of pissed me off.
Yeah.
So I put out there, it's like, you know what? I'm not fucking waiting or do anything. I know I can lead and do that because all the time, only then I had an ambition for being a squad leader. And I'm like, I know how to do that. I know how to team lead. Give me the fucking position. And Shadow,
Just shut up and give it to me.
Shadow messaged me saying, hey, we have the. Back then, it was a little bit different. It was shorter and not as many steps. Or maybe it was. I don't know. But it was different, the NCO pipeline. And he's like, hey, yeah, we got this. And I'm like, oh, okay, bet. It gave me time to get used to the unit. And even then, my second op ever in the unit, I team led as a private. Because we were just didn't have enough people and I volunteered.
Yeah.
So, and then I team led and squad led ever since then. So.
Nice.
For me, I was actually brought here by Riptide. So
Okay. Yeah.
Riptide and I were in a squad unit together prior to what's it called? Prior to us coming to Arma and we had been in the squad unit for a number of years. I think like 2 years, probably 2 or 3. And he had retired from that unit because just multitude of issues. The squad unit was going in a bad place. Squad itself was just no longer. It was not a fun game anymore for me.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So he retired, and you know, he's off doing his own thing. I keep doing my thing in the squad unit. And one day he messages me, and he's like, "Hey, I see you have." He's like, "I see you have Arma in your list. Do you still play Arma?" I was like, "Yeah, I play Arma from here and there. I just mainly play on like, you know, public modded servers like King of the Hill, Invade and Annex." Oh, the server's dying. That's no bueno.
A little lag.
No, I think they probably restarted the server, or the server went down. Oh well. So yeah, he's like, you know, I was like, yeah, I play Arma from time to time. Sometimes my friend will, my friends will host something, you know, on their own machine, and we'll just fuck around, or you know, or playing like King of the Hill or Invade and Annex, but you know, that's really about it. He's like, "Oh, have you ever thought about joining like a Milsim unit?" I was like, I mean, I haven't really thought about it. You know, I know that the community's there. I've never looked into it. He's like, "Well, I joined this unit. Why don't you?" He's like, "Come and check it out. Come fly." He's like, "Come fly with me." I was like, "Yeah, all right, I'll come fly with you." So he's I joined probably like a month after he did. You know, go through the stuff, trainings, and you know all this, this, that, whatever. And you know, then the rest was history.
Yeah. Cool.
So the 13th, this unit is my first ever introduction to Arma 3 Milsim.
Oh shit.
So I had
That's
never
impressive.
done any type of Milsim before.
And you
No other Arma 3 Milsim anywhere. This is the 13th was the first one.
Wow.
And
That's actually that's crazy.
I joke with Cap from time to time. I'm like, man, you know, God forbid something ever happens to the unit. At least for me, the 13th has set a pretty high bar for the quality of the unit for me. So.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I can say, I've been around Arma for a long time, back in the Operation Flashpoint Resistance times.
Mm.
And I've been through a plethora of units, hosting my own, or like, creating my own, commanding my own, being with friends. And there was a lot of one unit, one of the many 75th. But there was a guy there from actually like Ranger Battalion, and he was like, "Yeah, make sure you go do this." And I was like, "Bro, dude, like, that's a lot, man. I'm just here to play and have a good time and like get that good Milsim feel, right?" But this dude was like, "Yeah, eagle in, eagle out," and I was like, I just can't do this." So there's that extremism of Milsim units out there, and then there's those that have zero logic or understanding of how things work. And then I think the 13th Mew. The 13th Mew, like, this unit has it perfectly balanced. There's times where it's cool to be an idiot and cool to be goofy.
Mm-hmm.
But once operations start, like, it's locked down. Guys are good to go. Guys are sitting ready. So, guys and gals. Sorry, Keeper. You know what I mean. But yeah. And Napper, right? Yeah, Nap. And
Nap,
then that's
yeah.
the only, yeah. Sorry, ladies, but yeah, no, it's there's that fine line where we can shoot the shit, bullshit, smoke and joke, and then op tempo hits when the op fucking rolls. So yeah, that's what I like about it. And there's times where we can just discuss things with, you know, me being a Lance Corporal. I know the rank system here isn't like a big deal, but it is at the same time. But like me, we can discuss things with UW or UACE or, you know, Cyber or, you know, Yoshi, or it's there's a well-rounded understanding of how things run and when to be that person that is able to joke and goof around about shit, and when to be that person that's, you know, locked in and you're gonna list your squad leader.
We remember we always had this saying in the Air Force, you know, is the top on or is the top off?
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Yep.
So.
Yeah. Like who we would talk to, because you know when I was at one time I was a platoon sergeant in the infantry, and like I had a lot of good buddies. I was still living in the bricks, man. I had a lot of good dudes who were fucking young Lance Corporals, but they were good people. They were mature guys. You know, so when I was at work, I'd have to be like, hey, fucking Lance Corporal so, you know, do this for me. And they'd be like, yeah, Roger, good to go, Sergeant. Sounds good. And then fucking, you know, 1600 rolls around, and we're drinking beers together, and he's like, hey, what's up, Andy? I'm like, hey, what's up, dude? Like, there's good dudes that can understand work and playtime relationship. Like, you know, fun time, work, there's that divide. And this unit does it very well. Very well.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Like, you know, I talked to, you know, I was I guess you could say, like, I guess to put it in Air Force terms, I was.
Keep it dumbed down for me now.
I guess to put it in like an equivalent sense, I was a team leader. So actually, I don't know. I don't know what you would call it, because I was swinging with
the wing at one time, so I get the aviation side.
So like, you had your crew.
Yeah.
I was the leader. I was a crew chief. I was the leader of my crew.
Yeah.
And then like you had your shift lead, which was in charge of everybody for the shift, and then you had the flight chief, which was in charge of everybody assigned to the section. So.
Yeah.
I guess you could say I was like a team leader.
You're like a team leader, squad leader kind of deal.
Yeah. Like a TLSL.
Yeah. Or even an A/. I'll give you A/. You were squad leader, assistant squad leader.
Yeah. So,
because you guys had so much more shit to worry about.
Yeah.
Versus us, you know, make sure you don't fucking shoot your fucking guy in the goddamn Vic like an idiot. Like, shoot targets, not us or other people.
But yeah, so
you guys are like, yeah, make sure this shit doesn't go off.
You know, I'd be having to have a conversation with my people, like, airman, A1C so and so, or senior airman so and so, but like I would warn them ahead of time, like, hey, I'm about to talk to you like Staff Sergeant Davidson, so let's fucking buckle up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or, be like, oh, yeah.
Step into my office, bro. I gotta talk to you for a second.
All right, yeah.
That's what dudes know, man. You're like, hey, man.
You get these guys like, yes, sir, Staff Sergeant. I'm like, oh, shit, here we go. I don't know why. I don't know why it always bothered me. Maybe it was because I worked on the flight line. Like, everybody on the flight line, no matter what version of sergeant you were, because we had Staff Sergeant all the way to Chief Master Sergeant. You were just sergeant. That's all you were. You were just sergeant.
Bro, in the Marine Corps, that doesn't fucking fly.
Like, if you go to like services, or you go to like CE, like anywhere not on the flight line, it was you were saying their fucking full rank. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, because maybe just the maintenance side of things was just so laid back. Like, yeah, sergeant. But like, you knew that they were a staff sergeant. You knew they were a tech sergeant. You knew they were a master sergeant.
I had heard the same thing from the Army too, as well. And my dad was an Air Force guy, and he said the same thing. Like, guys just say sergeant. But in the fucking Marine Corps, man, you better stay the rank. The only time it kind of gets lenient is Master Guns. Like, I'm not gonna say good morning, Master Gunner Sergeant, but some fucking Master Guns will absolutely drill you for that.
Hmm.
But a lot of guys are like, hey, Matt, hey, good morning, Master Guns. He's like, yeah. Hey, you're little salty bastards anyways, but...
She's like, yeah, go fuck yourself.
Yeah. How do you know it's good fucking morning?
Are you a weatherman?
Are you a weatherman?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ace, are you a weatherman?
I'm glad somebody got the reference.
Nope. That was a good movie.
That was a good
Yeah,
movie.
fuck yeah, hell yeah. Hold on, Keeper says, what color fake splash?
What color fake backsplash should I put
What
in my
color
kitchen?
are your countertops?
And what color are your cabinets?
Yeah, that's true too, yeah.
Hi guys, welcome to the briefing room / DIY style.
Yep, slash War Stories.
War Stories, DIY.
Yeah, a little bit of everything.
This is
We've
what
all been
happened
there.
when I was
We've all been
stationed
there.
here and we had aircraft crash. You know, just an
Yeah.
all-around show.
Oh, Lord. We started off pretty low. Pretty
We cover all the bases here.
everything.
Oh, took down that wall. That's fine. Uh-oh. Keeper, I'm bleeding.
So Ace, I gotta say, I apologize for not being around for a little bit. Life and work has been very insane, but I will be here Friday and Saturday, my friend.
Alright, yeah, Yugi. Yugi, he's been keeping me informed.
Yep.
Not of a whole lot, but I just know the basics.
Yeah, it's an interesting dynamic I have.
I got you. All
with
good.
Work. Yeah.
Just keep communicating when stuff
Exactly.
is-
Yeah. Again, that's why I appreciate the unit, is you guys understand and ask questions, and then a good member should say, hell yeah, this is what I'm doing. This is why. This is what's up.
So, the way it's like weird is like if you're kind of depends how and like who you are. Like you're a good dude, you understand? Like you've shown up. You've done a lot for the unit. You've done things. No NJPs, nothing bad.
Yeah.
So it's like, why shouldn't I give you some leeway or whatever
Yeah.
on some personal stuff or whatever, right? Now, a person can you can kind of counter that with, well, what if someone hasn't been around? Like, if there's a guy like just like you, Anderson, or whatever, for example, or just a good person, but they haven't been in the unit for a while.
Yeah.
I kind of just don't have a choice because I don't have that like fallback that you're actually like good.
Yeah, I got you.
But if you're just like a shitbag, then don't show up to anything, don't communicate. It's like you're gonna get kicked.
Oh yeah.
And if you're like on the day of, it's like, oh well, I've had this, I've had that. Why didn't you communicate with us? We've been reaching out like for the past 2 weeks.
Yeah, I've always kept Yogi like at least knowing my schedule, because I got a weird schedule. Just working 24-hour shifts. It's kind of this revolving, like for instance, I'm coming up on 3 Saturdays where I have to work. And I told you, I was like, I'm not gonna be there, man. And it's unfortunate, but I know my schedule that far out to where I can say. And I asked him too as well. And this is where another question I have actually, like when is a good time for a member to request an LOA? Is there a certain time frame? I think Yogi said about 2 weeks. Or a month.
Oh, like a length?
Yeah. Like if I, for instance, I'm gonna be gone the 31st, the 7th, and the 14th. Confirmed because of work. So should I put in an LOA for that, or should I just talk to my team leader, my squad leader, about the
Is
circumstances?
that 3 week total?
You know what? Let me check.
Because I won't file leaves that are under 2 weeks. Like Bandit, he's been gone for 2 weeks, and Yoki asked me if he wanted an LOA, and I told him no. Because the way I do it, and look at it, is like, So, LOAs are 3 weeks, right?
Yeah.
You know, or no, becoming AWOL is like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So let me ask you
More.
this, if I
So-
may interject.
Yeah.
What is AWOL?
So it's like, you know, you haven't been around, no communication, stuff like that. So 3 weeks.
Yeah. So basically,
Even if
no
so
no
if
show.
you mark, yeah, no show. So like even if you marked for all the days, like you've been marking attendance, but you haven't shown up for 3 weeks, you'll get put on AWOL for a week, and that's like your last chance to show up. Because it's like, yeah, cool, you're marking and all that, but if you just can't attend ops, we can't have you in the unit.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like if you're like, all members are welcome back unless you're a shit ass.
Yeah.
But if you can't make those, like if you're gone for those 3 weeks and then that fourth final week, then you probably just don't have time for the unit for whatever reason. And most of the time, it's not communicated, even though we ask. Sometimes it doesn't happen. But
Yeah,
also, I've made a new thing where if you're at a probation and you just haven't marked for 2 weeks, then I will put you on AWOL. So if like you're red, then I'll put you straight on AWOL instead of waiting
Gotcha.
for a third week, because it's like you're not even marking, and that means you're definitely not even responding to your DMs from your squad leader or COC. So I mean, like, you know, you're definitely AWOL then.
And that's where,
So it's
and
kind of
even
like
then, that's where like,
unresponsive.
that's where I like sometimes I will override Ace on some stuff, like especially with people that are in probation.
No, probation's all you.
Yeah, like if you're like red while you're in probation, so 2 weeks of red, you're
Yeah.
out. Like
Out.
you're done. You're donezo.
I don't typically touch the people. I typically don't touch the people who are in probation usually.
Okay.
So, because that's usually Dubs who
Mhm.
keeps track of their attendance.
That's my baby.
That's your baby. That's
Oh yeah, Sierra. We got beige and white marble contact
Yeah,
paper on
yeah.
the counters. Okay,
feel bad
all right,
'cause-
all right.
We were talking and then we suddenly hit this lengthy conversation. Yeah, I think it's important for guys and gals to just be forward about what's going on. And you know, schedules change, especially for us who have families and kids and all that jazz. Like, abrupt things happen. You know, we could be fine, but like, oh yeah, we'll be there Saturday, and then kid gets sick, or you know, something comes up. Which again, I appreciate you guys. You know, you gotta earn the respect to get the respect. But when you get the respect from the unit, people understand, and people will allow that time as long as you give them that optimal reason or that decent enough reason to be like, okay, yeah, now they're good. Because I mean, I've been, God, especially this past month, I have not had good attendance, and I apologize for that. But guys, man, whew, life has got busy, you know. But again, there was one time where Yogi said, "Hey, let me know what's up," and I did, and I feel confident it was passed up to the ranks to where you all understand, like, you know, it's good. Like, I'm still here. I still want to be here for sure. I mean, again, this unit is fantastic. So, and I've been sitting on my. I'm pretty sure Keeper's gonna get her leadership done before mine.
She's already done.
Oh, is she? Oh, God bless.
Yeah, she's
Good
been
shit, girl.
She's been done.
Keep burning right through it, huh? Man, it's hard for me to keep up. I think I've sat on this for a little too long. I got SOI and the main board.
The main board.
Yeah. Apologize, fellas. Life is
Life is kicking you in the nuts.
Fluid. Life is fluid. But, you know, I still want to be part of the unit. It's awesome.
Looking at fucking, going back up. Lemons, hard to find good units. I got lucky finding this one with the what the fuck 2 mod. Man, dude, I still can't believe that clip took off as much as it did, brother. Like, dude, that clip was... So, I don't know how much either of y'all or anybody really is familiar with Metal. Metal is the app that I use for recording and making clips and whatnot. But, so Metal, like, keeps track of the games that you play and record, and it will show you clips from other people from those games. And then it also has, like, a top 10 clips. And, like... fucking, I don't remember who it was. Maybe it was like Ark. I think it was like Ark or somebody else was like, dude, that clip you made is in the top 10 clips for Arma 3 on Metal. I was like, huh?
Oh shit, top 3?
No, it was top 10.
Oh, top 10?
Yeah, like top 10. Like,
nice.
What the, like, huh? What do you mean? So I go on to Metal, and it didn't show me that clip in the top 10 for Arma 3, and I think it was because it was my own clip, but, like, I had 3 or 4 separate people show me that clip was in the top 10 for Arma 3 for them, and I was like, bro, that's fucking wild. Like, I think that clip finally petered out at like 4,700 views on Metal. And then I had another clip make the top 10 for Arma 3 a couple months ago while we were in Takistan. That one got like 3,800 views and it made the top 10 again. It was the clip where I was taxiing back in the A10 and the two supers were flying into land, and both of them pulled synchronous fucking J turns into their spots.
Made it look good.
Made it look fucking good.
Yeah, made it look sweet. Yeah,
they were
sexy.
synchronized J turns. It was bonkers. But yeah, and then that clip brought in a bunch of people. It brought Keeper, Lemon, River, Embrace for the short stint that Embrace was here. I think there was a 5th person too. I don't remember, but yeah, that clip brought in 5 people to the unit shortly after it came out. I think it was out for maybe a day or two when River, Keeper, and Lemon joined, and then Embrace followed them shortly after, like a day after. I don't know, Lemon, you can confirm that. I don't know how all that came to be. I just knew you guys joined off of the Metal clip. Shogun, yeah, that's right. The Chancellor.
So, Ace. Good sir.
Yes.
How are things going currently as the admin enlisted advisor of the unit? Are they good? What do you think we could kind of improve on the lower enlisted side? Because I'm here. I'm ready to listen.
Well.
I asked big questions. I'm sorry. I apologize.
I'm good. Well, tell you what. I don't know why, but I seem to always go through a lot of S4 and S7 heads I've had to replace. God knows how many so far. I had to close down a shop because nobody wanted to do it. S9, which is media and all that. Or carry it, I should say.
You carry the,
lead it actually. But what else? I mean, it's fine, really. It's just we need people to do more, I would say.
Yeah.
Do their jobs. And for lower enlisted, show up, be there. And for everybody, recruit. Need more people for everything, especially infantry. Really need infantry. Actually, only
Yeah.
recruit for infantry.
Humall and mechanized are not even a fucking option.
Yeah.
I
fuck
told
y'all.
I put a thing out the other day. I was like, hey, you know what? I'm not taking any more Tuma. I'm at once we have a BCT Friday. When
Yeah.
that person, if that Tuma person shows up, I'll be at 13 out of 15 open slots filled. So I'm
Wow.
like, you know what? We're just gonna we'll pump the brakes on Tuma for a little bit and try to beef up
Yeah.
infantry. Same with Corpsman. Keeper, y'all are fucking stacked.
Yeah, it's for some reason it's Corpsman. Well, obviously Air always gets the big prestige, like, oh man, I fly an aircraft, but for some reason this unit attracts Corpsman, and it's awesome, but at the same time it's like, why is that happening?
Well, we've had times where we've had no corpsmen.
Very true.
It's not a problem we don't like.
No, absolutely not. Because you can always make Corpsman gunman, but you
Yep.
can't make gunman Corpsman.
Nope, sure can't.
Nope. Yeah. So thanks for adding me to the S1 dubs as well.
Yeah.
Hopefully I'll try to, recruit some people and give them a little bit of the infantry insight, make it sound really cool. Like yeah, we can shoot guns and stuff.
Kicking doors, man.
And yeah, kicking doors and get shot, and then the other guy's gonna take your spot.
Yeah, Keeper, y'all, like, not only are you stacked with Corpsman, you're stacked with
Yeah.
good-ass
Quality.
Corpsman.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's corpsmen that are willing to like stand their ground too. Because there's times where it's been like, oh yeah, I'm hurt. And they're like, the fuck you're not. You got a bruise. Keep going. Shut up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not pushover corpsman. It's good, solid, quality corpsman.
Need a Band-Aid for my ouchie. You have your own Band-Aids. Put it
Yeah.
on.
Shut up and keep going. You're fine.
You have your own Band-Aids.
Give her multiple times she's been like, no, you're fine. You're good. Oh yeah. Okay. Gotcha. I believe you. I trust you. I don't trust anybody else around me but you.
Keeper out here like, I got a broken leg. Nah, you're fine. You're good. Walk it off.
Nope. Change your socks, Motrin.
Yep. Change your socks, drink water, take some vitamin M.
Yeah, that's what the old saying in the Marine Corps: change your socks and take Motrin.
I love me
Damn,
some
man,
vitamin M.
Man, they used to. They used to give us Ziploc bags. The Corpsman would be like, "Hey man, I think I tweaked my ankle or something, or my knee or whatever," and my doc would be like, "Yeah man, here's a Ziploc bag I got for you. Instead of you going to the BAS or whatever, and it'd be like a Ziploc bag of 15 800 milligram ibuprofens."
Yeah.
And for those of you that don't understand, the commercial ibuprofen that you get from the store is based off of 200 milligram.
And they're giving
So
us
you take 3 of
800
them.
milligram
Yeah.
pills.
You take 3 of them, and it's 600 milligrams. And my corpsman, my doc said, take 2 of these. So that is
Fucking
1600
milligrams. Whatever is going on with you will
and there
be
were horse
fixed.
bills. And I did it. I did it all the time. And I got so many pictures of us getting IVs from our docs, whether it was IV saline or lactating ringer, which is like the Gatorade on steroids. It was just such a good time, man. We had such a great relationship with our corpsmen. Like our docs were like holy grails. Like if you fucked with our corpsmen or our fucking docs or our squad docs or platoon doc, like you're gonna get fucked up. Like you don't fuck with the doc. Doc does doc things,
Fucking
right?
That's it.
Like hanging IV
Top-
bags from the
Tops off, gloves on. We're going around the building. Let's
yeah,
go.
that's it, bro. Yeah. like Doc's coming in my room and hung IV bags off of hangers, like clothes hangers, like legit hanging them, and I'm getting a fucking IV from him.
Because you were
Like,
drunk.
fuck yeah, this dude.
Or
Oh yeah,
hungover?
dude, yeah.
Yeah.
No, just mainly drunk. Never,
Yeah.
never hungover. Always drunk. Yeah, like great.
Doc, I
fucking
need to
people,
hook up.
man.
All right, let's go.
Yeah. Great. Yeah, exactly, dude. Exactly. Like, Doc, I need a bag. He's like, what do you want? I'm like, give me the LR. He's like, fuck yeah, all right. Okay, I got you.
Fuck yeah, all right.
Yeah, dude. Got the LR for you, brother. I was like, fuck yes.
Liver
Yeah,
and
man, but
kidneys checked out, Sierra? Shit. Liver and kidneys for alcohol or for the ibuprofen?
Oh, my kidneys are spot on. I get a physical from work every year. My kidneys are fucking
Mint.
great. Knock on wood. Somewhere.
Fucking mint.
Yeah. Mint.
Yeah. The rest of my body, though, it's all fucked.
Yeah, all fucked, man. My hearing's shot. Which, man, I meant to talk to the Goose. Dubs, I know this is you and I have been talking, but the VA. If you want to go there, we can go there a little bit and talk about it.
Oh, yeah, we've
But
had
the
this
other-
conversation before.
Yeah, yeah. You gotta get a lawyer, man.
Yep, absolutely.
In my personal opinion, man, the VA does so much fuckery to you. And Goose, you know, if you watch this, brother, but golly, man, guys, get yourself a lawyer. It sucks because they take their 30%, but at the same time, like, they take that 30% initial, and then your monthly payment is done. But I mean, dude, it's for the guys that have done shit and hurt. There's nothing bad about trying to fucking fight the VA, because the VA is gonna fuck you every time by yourself, 100%. They always will. But if you get some lawyers that know the wording and know how to letter things and know how to push things through the system, like, you're set. Because man, it was such a long fight.
I've heard some
Such a fucking long fight.
good things about the DAV guys.
Oh yeah, I did not do DAV, but those guys, they're like guidance counselors, I guess. Like, they'll guide you into putting things through. So I can't say much about that, but I heard good things about them too. But I guess I spent how many years? Shit, 6 years fighting the VA, and then finally this year I said, fuck it. I'm just gonna get a lawyer.
Real.
But yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry for you. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's pretty much what it is, man. It's, sorry, but your back pain, knee pain, ankle pain, hearing loss is nothing service related. Oh, River's doing night shooting. Tell him, if you text him, to enjoy the fucking suck. How many times have I fucking been there? I don't feel bad. Not one bit. Not one bit.
We've all had to do
Embrace it. Yep. Embrace it. Embrace the fucking suck. Yeah, shooting at night in the fucking rain is terrible. Sleet, snow. The worst morale killer is cold, wet feet.
Fucking real.
Yep, Dubs, yep, I know you get it. I know you get it, bro. Especially being a flight line.
Oh, dude. Like,
Yep.
dude, winters in Idaho, brother. Working outside.
Oh, yeah, bro.
Dude, it is flat as fuck.
Yep. And
There's
your waterproof boots ain't
nothing
fucking
stopping the wind, brother. That shit is cutting through you. No matter
Yep.
how many layers you put on,
Yeah.
you are fucking shivering to your fucking bones.
And once something gets wet, it's over. It's done. Like, cold, wet feet for me is Like, it's like my life is over. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. Your socks are soaked. Your boots are soaked. They weigh 10 pounds. It's cold. Your feet are just. Oh my god, I can remember. Whew.
Fucking huddling around the Porto heaters on the flight line.
Oh yeah, I don't. Yeah, we never had any heater. Well, when I was in LAR, we had heaters in our Vicks, but only like 5 out of the, let's see, 15 of the company, 16 of the company worked, and I had one, thank God. But yeah, dude, it's just miserable. Cold. The cold's miserable. But cold and wet in general, just all over is miserable.
Keeper, I don't know how long y'all have been in upstate New York, but them upstate New York winters, brother, hope you're fucking ready. Cause
yeah,
all that lake effect shit that comes across there is fucking brutal.
Dumping. Yeah, Lemon, you should probably already start to get your VA stuff done.
I guess
If you're still in, Lemon, sorry, Dubs, but if you're still in, go to your, I don't know, whatever branch you're in, either your medic or your
he's a
corpsman.
Marine Corps.
What's that?
He's a Marine.
Marine Corps? Is he? Marine Corps?
Yeah, he's a Marine.
Okay, yeah. Go to the BS and be like, my back fucking hurts, my knee fucking hurts, my ankle fucking hurts.
Get it on paper.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Get a record of it.
I'm telling you, man. Oh, God. Just this last 6 months, the lawyers were like, hey, man, I don't know if you knew this, but you had a piece of a weapon drop on your hand that hurt your hand, and you documented it. I said, fuck, I don't remember that.
Yeah, it hurts.
Yeah. They were like, yeah, it was from like 2013, 14, whatever. I was like, fuck, I don't remember that. And they were like, yeah, thank God you did it, because now you're going to get this. I was like, holy shit. Yeah. Like, document everything.
Yeah, it's kind of weird to say, but I guess I was fortunate that I got out medical separation. So I did all of the VA stuff before I got out.
Good. Yep.
And like, so when I left, when I was out the door, I was 80% with the VA.
Good.
Out the door. And
Good.
then, I went on terminal leave. So I had I had 90 days of terminal leave.
Hell yeah.
So
yep.
I'm just sitting back home, getting paid, 1st and 15th by the military, sitting on my ass doing nothing. Well, sitting on my ass doing nothing for like a month, and then I just couldn't fucking handle not doing something, so I went and got a job. But like, my wife was like, you've been working nonstop for 8 years, why don't you take a break? And I was like, I fucking can't. I need to do something.
Yeah. Like, I need to fucking get out and do something.
But like, yeah, I got out with 80%.
Good shit, dude. Yeah.
So I started my terminal leave. It was like the middle of March, I think March 15th, we'll call it. And my terminal leave ran up, and I was officially like no shit separated on like May 28th.
Yeah.
And then my so I get the, like a week before I, separate fully, I get a letter from the VA. It's like, oh, you're due to separate on May 28th. Your disability payments are going to start on June 1st. And, all right, cool, sweet, awesome. And then there was a second letter. So there was 2 letters that came in the mail. The first one was, hey, you're separating. Your disability payments are going to start on June 1st.
Yeah.
And then the second one was, how, like, I don't know if you get them, but, like, once a month you get, like, the statement of benefits from the VA. Like, this is what you're getting. This is what you're rated for.
Yeah, every couple months.
So, I get that letter as well. And it's like, your rating is 90%. I was like, huh?
You said, oh, what?
It's like, when I got out, it was 80%.
Mm-hmm.
And then it broke it down. So, like, part of my... So, I claimed both of my hands. Just issues with my hands, like flexibility with my hands, inability to bend your fingers, like dexterity, stuff like that. And they rated both hands as the whole hand. And, that was it. So, that's how, I was at 80% when I left Arizona. And then I got the letter in the mail with the statement of benefits, and it said, your disability rating has been increased to 90% from 80%. These are the changes.
Yeah,
so,
somebody overlooked it again.
No. I don't know if it was an
No.
overlook or maybe they rated it wrong, but instead of rating my hands as my hands, they changed the ratings to each individual finger.
Yeah, so that's what mine are, yeah.
They changed the rating to each individual digit, and that's what pushed
Yep.
me over to 90%.
Yep.
Huh.
Ace is like, yeah. Whatever.
No.
Ace, you're going into what, your second year of college, or yeah. Second year?
This Monday. Not looking forward to it.
You're doing what, civil engineering?
Yeah. I'm not taking any engineering courses this semester. I took some last semester, but I gotta do some prereqs for all the others. So I'm taking calculus and chemistry, and then like some federal class, and then I have to take a fucking elective for some bullshit. So I'm taking American music. I don't know what the fuck that's gonna be about. I think it's like just music history. I don't know. It's really was my own
Keeper, or Ace Keeper is saying, someone tell Ace I started Game of Thrones and I'm addicted.
What season?
Stop
Hold
at
on,
season
I can look
6.
at that.
Watch season 6. Just disregard season 7 and 8.
Yeah. I'd say still watch those seasons.
Watch them, but they're
But
gonna piss.
don't
Watch them,
expect
but they're gonna
anything
piss you
good.
off.
Yeah, it's not what actually happens in the books.
Nope.
A lot of the show is also a lot of different.
There's a lot of stuff
Uh,
that goes on in the show that
That
is not
is
addressed in the book.
still in season 1.
She just started.
Oh no, bro.
Oh,
And we're back.
what's the Keeper? What's the most recent major event that happened?
Looking back.
I'm back, baby girl.
That was. All right, I can
Looking back,
close
baby
this.
squirrel.
Oh, sweet.
Game of Thrones is very good.
Sweet. The Stream Deck buttons for OBS worked. Very cool. Bran woke up. Oh, so you just finished.
Are you
season
going to
1
bed?
then.
Yikes.
No, Keeper just started Game of Thrones.
Oh, Game of Thrones?
Yeah, not like Game of Thrones, not House of the Dragon.
Oh, okay.
My queen.
So Bran just woke up. Yes, sir.
Oh
shit.
I wonder.
What is,
I
it's gonna be
wonder,
disappointing.
dude. I wonder if she noticed, like, the sequence of events leading to him waking up. I'm gonna have to ask her. Well, actually, no, it would be. Well, no, because it would spoil it for her. I'll ask you about it, Ace and Cap, if you noticed it. After this is done.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a lot of remembering.
Well, I'm watching it again myself.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
tried
Let's start the music
to
back up.
rewatch the whole thing, I think. But I only did like specific episodes, I think.
Alright. I imagine we'll want to end this off soon. Cyber will not be
Yeah.
coming back. He went to shower and
Okay.
possibly pass out. So.
Well, I believe Andy had a question for you. While you were gone, we were talking about... Oh, shit. We were talking. It turned into the briefing room talking about airplane crashes, leadership stuff, and then it turned into the DIY channel for a little bit. And when you came back, we were wrapping up talking about the VA.
Yeah, sorry,
Oh,
boys.
very good.
Wife said good night. So yeah, we're just just good chatting.
Hell yeah.
Oh, hey, whoa.
So there was a little bit of a DIY stuff going on, and then we
Oh,
were talking
man,
about the VA.
Yeah, we're giving Keeper her backsplash.
Yep.
Uh,
Keeper needed a
consideration.
backsplash recommendation.
Lemon needs a VA. Yep. So that's where we're at.
Meanwhile, I'm sitting here like I work for the VA.
I do have a question for old Skipper though. Last
Yo.
one for the night.
Yeah, what you got? What you got?
All right, you ready for this?
Uh-huh.
All right. So, what is the total cost to keep the unit up and running on a monthly basis? And have we brainstormed, or have you all brainstormed at the higher status or the higher senior level about ideas to engage more members to donate?
What is the total cost to run it per month?
Yes.
So I've never really thought about it before, but if I had to average it out, it would be anywhere from, so it depends on the month, but it's
Okay.
anywhere from 100 to 200 depending
Okay.
on the month, right? So, and every 6 months we pay 280 to Stu for
Okay.
server operations. So we pay that every 6 months, which I need to say is super fucking cheap, because
Oh,
when
yeah.
we did Host Havoc every 6 months, by the way, this was a deal with Host Havoc. It was like $657.
Fuck.
Yeah. So the unit used to be dead broke. Now we actually have like savings to a certain extent. But even with that, we still look at about in expenses 100 to 200. Now why I say that is the 100 will come out strictly from the production and creation of like videos and time and effort that Shadow goes through, and he third parties a lot of stuff or works with his buddies and wants to compensate them. Now he does all this in and through Pakistan, and the US dollar is like,
Yeah.
what we pay him there would equate to like, it's like
Yeah,
$300 or
a lot.
$400 to them.
Yeah.
Like that's like $100 is like insane. So Shadow, he does a lot of good money, so he doesn't do it for free, but dude, the shit that he makes is worth
It's
every
very
single
good.
dollar.
Very good. Yeah.
He alone has brought in at least a dozen people through his videos, through marketing. Like, we're being noticed in the community because of the videos. So like a totally 100% a worthy expense, right?
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
Do I wish I could pay like, you know, like all of my staff and like NCOs 100%, but we still make that kind of money. I like maybe I
rubber
could pay
pink.
everybody $1, maybe, maybe $1.
$1 a month.
The additional 100 comes out normally due to the GWIs, which are after, so that's every 2 months. That's where that
Yeah.
random fluctuation comes in, is because people normally win awards, either individuals or groups of people. I mean, we've had an award night go to like, you know, when we did group events, everybody in the group will win $5 or $10, and if there's 5 people, that's 25 to $50 right there.
That adds
And
up.
if that's just one event, I think the highest event expense that the unit has paid out was like $195 in a night because of all the different like event
Shit.
types and stuff.
Wow.
Because it was like a group focused event week. So like, if you won a race, it was like $5. If you won the clearing compound competition, it was $10 for the team, for each individual member of the team, and so on. And people could either take it or donate it back to the unit. So yeah, that's kind of where those expenses come in. Passive expenses come through, such as the Apollo bot, which is what I use for the dynamic creation of like the signups, which isn't like a necessity thing. It's we make somewhat enough money to where we can negate it, and I'll even personally like include my own expenses just to cover it, but it helps with like tracking and an overall addition and attention to like unit members. because the old way, the old way before the Apollo bot, because you have to pay for it to get what we get for the signups, was you would either have coming, unsure, not coming, and you basically had to play the game of squad leader and just put your finger on your screen and go up and down and see who from your squad clicked to show up and actually showed up. And now it's like, I can sign up for Blackjack, I can sign up for Comanche or for Havoc, and now you know who is coming, and all you have to skim through is the tentatives and you know, the ones who aren't coming, right? So that's a little pay through there. The team speaks also included with the expenses, because we get that through Stu again. So yeah, like operationally speaking, I would say in a 6-month time period, the unit
You're back.
has to average out at least above $800 in 6 months. Now we meet that threshold more often than not. Whenever we get into a really worrisome state, there's always 1 or 2 members who really chip in an additional whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
In S8, I am not allowed to disclose at any time the amount inside, because we had all deduced that essentially people act differently, and if people find out that there's like additional funds or unadditional funds, they may take advantage of that or
Yeah.
utilize their voting power in inappropriate ways, because those who do donate have voting power for every 6-month period, right? And it's just to keep everybody like honest and forward. And if we do utilize the expenses, it's to
We
help
can vote.
out members or help you know, push for additional cost savings. A good example would also be like for the uniforms that we were talking about with that one guy, and then that
Yeah.
just died.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened
gotta,
with that.
Well, so he's a busy man. I gotta actually I gotta bother him again.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a good buddy.
I was like,
Yeah.
I put check in there like 2 months ago and nothing was said, so I was like,
I
all right, I
know,
guess
let
this
me.
died out.
Yeah, I will bother Virgie. So he's obviously, you know, RHS is doing a lot of things with the Reforger engine, and he's like constantly doing things in the chat with RHS, but he's like everywhere at once.
Yeah,
So
I mean, and
he's-
that
he's a bit-
expense alone was like what, $300?
250, I think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, if to get him going, if he just
know
wants to do like a half forward, half off thing, we can totally do
I'll
that.
do. I will text him right, or I will message him right now.
I think besides the one GWI night, I think the. Do I want to reveal it here? Yeah, fuck it. The greatest expense that is coming to the unit is going to be around $500 to $600, and we are getting every member who has reached the 1-year active service in the unit a hoodie,
Nice.
custom made through a contact that White knows.
Well, it's funny because
um,
Keeper just said her 13P hoodie is so comfy.
Yeah, and that's the one that I made, and White's doing another one. The difference is the one that I made isn't like specific to like a year or anything. It is just a 13th hoodie. I say just, but I mean I love it personally. But yeah, fucking he's doing one specifically for like, hey, you've been in the unit for a year, here you go. Like you don't have to pay anything type deal. Like this is literally a gift to you for being an
Nice.
active person
Awesome.
in the group. So that's
Yeah,
gonna be a
again,
couple
man.
$100. So
Yeah,
totally
you know
worth
what,
it.
That's gonna keep people around.
Yeah.
And you know, once those guys talk about, hey man, like you know, this is what you get when a year, 6 months, or whatever, and people go, oh, you know, maybe I'll stick around for a little bit, and then they see how well the unit flows, and it goes from there.
So I guess the way to look at like unit expenses and operations through the Patreon, through S8, it's only happened maybe 2 or 3 times where the unit account, when the account meets a certain threshold number where it gets below because of unit expenses or whatever, I put out those announcements to, hey, we're potentially really, you know, we're hitting a low minimum on the funds. because there is never a point in time where the funds have ever met zero. We've never gotten there before. But the reason why I put an account like warning out to everyone is I never want to be at the point where we have no money. We're cooked, you know?
Yeah.
Because we're not cooked. Because like so long as we stay above a specific threshold of money, there will always be just a little bit more to help somebody out, whether that's to recover from the server and maybe we have to go grab a host havoc server real quick, or we need to send someone money for groceries because they literally can't afford groceries, or we can't, you know, just help a member in need or do whatever we got to do. The unit has helped several members in its time passively, you know, either be it on its own accord or without announcement, because there are people who ask to not have like that assistance announced, because it's weird to be like,
yeah, it is,
you know, in the
100%.
fairness of it, it's like I don't really want my business being put out there to where like I'm hurting so bad that these group of people now know that I'm broke as shit, and I basically had to ask a Milsim for money, and if they don't want that announced, I'm not going to announce that. Right. So in conclusion, speaking of paying people, I need to make sure Goose got his fucking jerky.
Oh yeah, again.
Well, I sent his and Spicy's out at the same time, and Spicy got his like a week or two ago. So I don't know if Goose ever got his, and if he didn't, I'm about to just like send him money because it would be the second bag of jerky I've sent, homie. That's like $40 worth of fucking
did you get
jerky.
Did you like a signature or no?
It's going to, unless he's just lying and saying he's not getting the jerky, which I don't think he is.
Yeah,
but,
my
you
man's fucking chomping on the jerky.
he's just like, yeah, I can keep this up all year. But yeah, I'm at the point where I'm just about to send him like $20 and be like, I'm sorry, here. Like, I can't.
Here you go, bud.
I can't keep sending you jerky, my big dog.
Yeah.
That you won for free.
Yeah, it costs a lot of
Yeah. Because it costs like $9 to send it. So like the bag alone is $12. To send it's $9, and I've done that twice now. So I'm looking at like $30-$40.
Yeah.
Of like just sending it to somebody, and it's like, okay, well, not worth it. But yeah, man. I mean, like that would be. I think I answered the first part of your question in a long-winded way. But what was the follow-up to that?
So what are we, or what are you all looking at to try to engage members who donate? And it's kind of a hard and touchy subject as well. Like you can't really force people to, but is there a thing that we can do to engage?
There's not. So
yeah,
the first creation was like
question.
the memes. The memes was like, if I had to give it a first step, the first step was like memes. So like you get like unit memes that everyone doesn't get to see. You get access to S8 chat that you can be like fucking crazy if you want. Like
the rules the rules essentially go out the window in S8.
Yeah, like S2 doesn't even see S8. Like that's how fucking crazy it could get. So that was kind of like the first avenue, and I guess the second avenue was just kind of slowly building up that base amount of income for the Patreon to be able to like afford GWIs. And maybe if you had a really good time at a GWI and you won some money, you'd be like, yeah, I'd like to contribute some money like once a month back to the unit or something like that. And you know, now White's working on the hoodie stuff, and if you've been in the unit for a year and you've been contributing and you want other members who make it a year to also receive a hoodie, that you would contribute money, and we'd have all these like hoodies and shit on a basic layover or whatever have you.
Yeah.
But in terms of like really contributing to the prospect of it, I personally can't think of anything outside of what's already been created.
Can we look at some kind of, I know it's kind of silly, but if you donate to the unit, that you get put into a kind of a prize system. So essentially, like, if you donate, then you
like a lottery.
Yeah, kind of, okay. Then yeah, a lottery. Like you have, we're gonna put this knife up, this nice, a benchmark, or this Kershaw blade. Just like kind of smaller items, to where people can they're promoting, or not promoting, but they're allowing the unit to continue, but at the same time they're getting a little bit of something back. Not a prize, but kind of like a, I don't know. It just giving them something to look forward to, I guess. Some people need that. I mean, for us, some of us that donate, like it's just kind of our own thing. But some people may be like, I don't know, it's worth it. But maybe if you entice them a little bit with like a, hey, here's this or here's that.
It might work. I mean, shit, you're talking to the biggest donator right here, Mr. Dubs. Dubs, why do you donate? Because he's the I totally, that slipped my mind, but the other way was you get a ribbon for being
Nice.
because his ribbon is called the ribbon changes names every time it goes to someone new who donates the most every 6 months. Dubs currently has held it for the last 6 months because it is now known as the Golden Wallet Award.
Hell yeah.
Wallet.
So why do you donate, Dubs? Would any of these incentives that we've talked
Yeah,
about
actually, yeah, that's a great question.
Well, so I mean, I
without
don't
putting it out there, Dubs, by the way,
yeah.
without putting it out there, Dubs, by the way, like donates like literally like a third of the donations of of the total Patreon. Dubs covers a fucking third of it. So
I don't donate for the benefits that I receive. I donate because the unit is something that I enjoy and something that I believe in and want to see the success of. And if, being able to, well, I ain't scared because it comes out on the 1st of the month when I get my disability check. If me donating $100 a month is able to help the unit grow and prosper in some form or fashion or another, then that's what I'll do. I want to, it's my way of giving back to the unit for providing me with a place to play Arma and a place that I have, made really great friendships with.
Yeah.
So it's my way of giving back as sort of a thank you for basically providing this for us.
Yeah, I don't really know the benefits of what I have. I just know that I think I have recon benefits, and I don't even fucking use those.
oh, there's that too. Yeah, there's the recon benefits.
Yeah,
So
exactly,
there's a lot of different.
yeah.
There's so
Well,
many ways
yeah.
I forget.
Yeah.
Um,
But I think most of us that donate are just here to ensure that things are going well. But for the new guys, maybe we could. It's tough to maybe we can think about an incentive. Like, you don't want to give a 15-year-old kid a knife,
yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Because we have members who there's not
exactly,
a lot.
yeah.
There's not a lot. Now that I think about it, there's like 4 or 5 people under the age of 18 in the unit, maybe.
Really?
There's not a lot of people.
That's actually not bad at all.
It's literally Lambert,
Machina.
That might be it.
I can't think of anybody else.
The unit actually has a
Was
lot
Lam-
of adults.
Wait, Machina like 17?
He's 17 or 18.
Yeah,
17 or 18?
yeah, 17 or 18, yeah.
What about no, he just joined Air Force.
Alpaca?
Huseman?
Is he? Yeah, Alpaca.
Alpaca.
Oh,
Alpaca's...
Huseman's one.
Alpaca's...
Huseman, yeah.
Alpaca's
I
like
saw
18
his
or-
Air Force
Alpaca's 18.
gig. Looks pretty good,
Yeah.
but I hate Air Force. I hate the camo.
I hate the
Mercedes.
I hate the ABUs.
It's fucking disgusting.
Yeah, so I mean, out of like 60 plus active members, only 3 of them are under the age of 18. So we have all adults, I mean, I guess without really putting it out there, my overall goals and again, when it comes to money, there's not a lot to talk about But as the S8
Yeah.
head, it's stuff that I have to think about as the CO and the one who like moves the money. We, without breaking my own rule, we make enough that we cover those monthly expenses and semi-annually. Is that how you say every 6 months?
Mhm.
Semi-annual
Yep.
expense of the servers and TeamSpeak and stuff.
Yeah.
We make enough to cover all of that
And have a little bit left over.
and to save a little left over, right? I
Oh,
would
shit.
love if
Boss
we
in
got
the
to
chat,
the point.
baby girl.
Oh, there's baby girl boss. Hell yeah.
Hey.
If the unit ever got to the point where we were making over 500, I'm in a mixed state of I would love to award people who do admin. I'd
Yeah.
love to be at a point where we have such a good flow of income for the unit that we could give more awards than just one, right? Like we could do like who had the who did the best job in admin of the month, or like
Yeah,
who was the
recruitment.
best squad leader of the month, who had the highest recruitment rating, who like being able to like take the funds that we receive and give it back in areas of the unit that show appreciation is something I've always wanted to do, which is where the GWIs came from. We're just not there yet. We're so close, and yet it's so far sometimes, because we've been at where we're at in income for maybe, I'd say, about 6 months, 6 or 7 months now, and it's in that state of we'll get a few new patrons to like to donate and stuff like that, and then as soon as we get those, one or two of the older patrons, their shit will decline, their card runs out, or
Yeah.
they'll stop donating because of life and whatever's going on. Again, which isn't an issue. I don't have any complaints about that. It's just one of those things that happen. It's the nature of the beast, as we say, right?
Mhm.
And God, what I wouldn't
So-
give for everybody to be able to just donate $10, because
Are there?
Bam!
Well, still, that's where I'm going to next. Is there a way for members to do a single donation?
I used to do through Cash App and Venmo. I didn't like doing it that way, and also my Cash App got I got AI banned. I got AI banned on Cash App. I didn't use it for like 3 months, and it tells you like our encryption system has detected that you broke a law or something. Your account is no longer utilizable. Anything that you have in your account needs to be removed, or whatever the fuck. And I tried getting it appealed for like a month straight, and they're like, nope, our AI detected something faulty. No Cash App. So now I don't use Cash App. I do not use Cash App.
So would it be? I know. Obviously, you dealt with this already, but would it be something to look at again to set up a system to where people and members can do a single donation? Because some people may look at this and be like, oh, it's $10, $25, and they go, ooh, it's $25 every month. I can't do that.
The
can they
Patreon
just-
goes as low as $3 as well. So
They can just cancel their subscription, subscribe, and they cancel.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
how many people do you know? I do it all
Riptide's
the
done
time.
it.
Where
he's donated to Patreon and then immediately canceled it a minute later. So the money goes through. It's
yeah,
just,
no, I understand that part.
I guess it just comes through as like I don't see the change in that one extra step. Like if
Yeah.
you're gonna donate, just donate.
Okay, yeah.
Like donate, cancel, versus like, because the Cash App used to be. It makes me feel shitty, and maybe that's why it got hit, because it was named like 13th MEU like donation box.
Yeah.
and then it got smacked. So
That's probably what did
Honestly, I forgot it was a recurring thing until I saw it happen for the second month, and I was like, oh shit. But I'm like, yeah, whatever, it's fine.
yeah. But I mean, I'm always pushing for it. I do my little give money announcement for S8.
Yeah. Yeah. No doubt.
Y'all best believe fucking like big shout out to Dubs, dude, because like when I say we get a third of our shit for Dubs, that boy is covering the bills. let me tell
Dubs.
you,
I need to fucking get on your level, dog.
I
Dubs
mean,
out
I
here
just-
just
I
I
flinging
need to start
it, man.
stacking up them fucking monies.
I just have it set up to come out on the 1st, which is when disability
Big
comes
pay,
in. I
yeah.
just don't
I
see it.
know.
It was
Yeah.
funny as fuck last year. The unit was rolling in some good monies last year because fucking whatever it was, Copenhagen, Cyber, and it was one other person were just like it lasted for a day, but it was like a fucking betting war. And,
Yeah,
one person
yeah.
would take it, and then another person would like put $1 over the other.
Alex.
Yeah, and then Alex, and then Alex would throw down like a lot of money, and it got to the point where they were just going over each other. And then Copenhagen, I guess he got a bonus or something. Just was like, boom, one-time payment, just like $600. It was just like, what the fuck? And that's how we paid for Host Havoc, was literally because of what Copenhagen put in that day, and that covered the unit for 6 months right there. But yeah, so, I mean, the unit's account has seen its ups and downs, so any growth whatsoever is 100% what goes back to the unit. It has to. There's no way for it not to go back, because that's how it grows further. And
So everybody watching, you better fucking donate or you're done.
yeah, donate.
Donate or demoted.
Give
Donate
money.
or demoted.
Oh, brother.
Oh man.
What do you think? Wheel time?
I think it's real time.
We're
100%.
a good time.
we're going on 2.5 hours. This is a long one.
Yeah.
It's been a good time. Finally
Let's
opened.
do it. We're getting there, Bubba.
All right, let's get our predictions out there. Let's start with Anderson. Anderson, give us a prediction.
Oh, we had. Trying to think. We actually had all the big ones. Has Rock been on here yet?
He has not.
Negative,
Rock.
actually. So you've got Rock.
All right.
Rock.
Ace.
Ace.
Madison Chaotic.
Mattis.
okay, I like it.
Chaotic.
Are we doing two?
Yeah,
Yeah,
do you like
do
the
your
backup.
second one, Anderson.
Okay, yeah. I'll take Oh yeah, I'll take Cannabis 100%.
Can I should probably make sure that Mattis is on this list. There he is.
He is.
All right, so Anderson's got Rock and Cannabis.
Can I say Cannabis and then Rock?
Cannabis and then Rock. Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Ace has Mattis and Chaotic. All right, I will take. Oh boy. I'm gonna go Spicy and Nap.
Ooh.
Try.
Quiche. Pussy. Want to bed? Okay.
You can't say the word. You can't
You
say
catch
you
that
can't
word? No. I
I
got Spicy and Nap.
All right, I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do Ducky or Cunningham.
Oh.
All right, so Ducky Cunningham. All right. Let me get 13th chat pulled up so I can get ready to do the old post. All right, here we go. Let's spin the wheel, shall we?
Spin the crayon.
Also, everybody watching, it's Mew.
Machina.
Sheena. Look at that.
That was almost. That was almost lemon.
It was all. Yeah, it was, dude. Holy shit.
You know, almost.
Yeah, lemon would be a good choice too. All right, get that announcement out, Dubs.
Spin it a second time.
Oh my god. Can I figure out how to spell, please?
Yeah, figure it out.
All right, let's
Wheel of-
do the backup.
Wheel of Names has a Discord.
That's
Uh,
great.
Look in the bottom right.
Oh,
Join
it's
our
up.
Discord.
It's,
Join our
Add our
Discord.
bot.
it's the bot.
No,
Yeah.
add our bot.
Add a bot. Yeah, no thanks. We have plenty of bots in the Discord already. Fuck.
All right, let's do the backup, shall we?
Spin those beans.
It's gonna be Rock.
Come on.
Oh shit.
Oh,
Oh.
Mr.
What?
Whipped. Hell yeah.
Woods is on LOA and he's moving, so we're gonna skip that.
Oh,
We're gonna skip that.
You're wrong. Sorry, Woods. You don't exist.
Let's go, bro. Let's go, bro.
Next to win you. Come on. Come on. Duck your Cunningham. Come on.
Oh, Cunningham. Oh,
Shark.
Starkson. Is he real?
Who's that?
Hold on.
Yeah,
I'm not
Mickey
gonna lie to you.
dude.
Who's that?
Wait a minute.
Wait one.
Wait.
Is my wheel out of date?
Yes.
I think it is.
Damn.
No, he's still
no.
here. He's
Is
still
he?
here. He's
Tomo.
Mecky.
Oh shit, cyber.
Oh, yep. He is here. Look at that.
All right then.
On attendance. Let's check attendance real quick.
He's
Just.
alive.
He's alive. He's alive on All right. He's alive.
All right then.
That's those Chinese beans.
It's Chinese man.
Yep. Better go to me.
Hold on a minute.
Get the announcement out. Come on, Doug.
I forgot to screenshot
Any day
Sharks'
but
name.
today, right, Dubs? Any day but today, right?
Any day but today, yes sir.
You don't got a screenshot. You can just post it.
No, I gotta post the image. I've had this system. I gotta keep it going. You know what I'm saying? Oh,
Got a
jeez.
process, boy.
I got the process.
All right. With that being said, we're damn
Yeah,
near
keep
hitting
her for
3
real.
hours.
Karen called me out in the background.
Yep,
That,
sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Damn woman.
that bitch.
Okay. Well.
All right. Well, that'll go.
Yeah, that'll do.
She's gonna throw something at me now.
With that being said, Anderson, the final
Sir.
thoughts.
Final
questions.
thoughts.
Yeah, outstanding, man. I mean, again, I've been around a little bit in the armor community, and this unit is a perfect, just a middle ground of like that realism and just bullshitting. You know, people know when to turn off, and people know when to turn on. So, thank you guys.
Hell yeah.
You know, command staff wise, thank you guys. Fucking Cyber, outstanding story. The best storyline out of any unit I've been with, and I've been with a shit ton and have my own units. So, thank you. I'll be around for sure, 100%.
Finish your leadership course.
yeah, I'll
How
get
about
there.
you be an
Yeah.
NCO, you liberal?
Yeah,
and
who
you're
wants to
1
give me
month
my SOI
away.
right now.
You're 1 month away from personal side weapon, by the way. So,
Oh, nice. What is
yeah.
it? What's
It's
7 months?
Where you get to carry
after,
whatever sign
8
you
months.
want.
yeah, after 9 months. So it's
Oh,
either
nice.
after 9 months of active service or making NCO, you get to carry whatever personal side weapon you want.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be 9 months in.
There you go.
Rah. Yeah,
Well, with that
awesome.
being
Thank you guys
said-
so much.
Hell yeah, man. I'm glad that we can offer a service that you enjoy. Oh,
Nope. Oh,
all right. Bye,
she's
Cyber. Glad we can offer a service that you can enjoy and appreciate, dude.
Yeah, for sure,
Um,
man. Thank you guys.
With that being said, that concludes episode 11 of the 13th MU podcast.
Oh, White's
Remember
not here.
to-
White's not here to say it, so I'll have to say it. Like, subscribe, comment.
And donate
Donate.
to the Futanari. So yeah.
Whoa, hold
But,
on a minute.
Oh.
On that,
That
note,
wasn't agreed
you all
upon.
have a
What?
good